Your words are power. Your thoughts are law. From this very moment, the old story of lack ends, and the new story of wealth begins. You are not chasing money. Money is chasing you. You are not begging for blessings. Blessings are begging to find you. You are not empty. You are already full. Breathe deeply now and feel this truth rising within you. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Say it slowly. Say it with power. Say it until you feel it moving through every cell of your body. Repeat after me. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Say it again. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. One more time. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Pause. Let it sink in. This is your new identity. This is who you are. Say it again. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. You do not have to struggle. You do not have to chase. You do not have to fear. You only have to declare, I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Every time you speak these words, you are reprogramming your mind. Every time you speak these words, you are commanding your aura. Every time you speak these words, you are sending out a signal to the universe. And the universe always responds. Say it again. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Wealth hears you. Opportunities hear you. Doors open for you. Because your words are not empty. They are divine commands. Say it slowly. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Feel how it changes your breathing. Feel how it changes your posture. Feel how it changes the way you see yourself. You are no longer waiting for abundance. You are abundance. Say it with strength. I radiate abundance, and abundance returns to me. Say it again. I radiate abundance, and abundance returns to me. One more time. I radiate abundance, and abundance returns to me. Now repeat this. Wealth flows to me because it recognizes me. Say it again. Wealth flows to me because it recognizes me. One more time. Wealth flows to me because it recognizes me. Wealth knows who you are. Money knows your name. Abundance knows your address. And every blessing that belongs to you is already on its way. Say it now. I am aligned with unlimited wealth. Say it again. I am aligned with unlimited wealth. One more time. I am aligned with unlimited wealth. Pause. Feel the vibration shift. You are not the same as you were before you began. Your aura is brighter. Your mind is clearer. Your spirit is stronger. Say it once more. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Beloved, repeat these affirmations until they feel natural, until they feel normal, until they feel inevitable. Because wealth is not something you are chasing. Wealth is something you are becoming. And the moment you step into this identity, everything in your outer world must rearrange to match it. You are a magnet. You are a channel. You are abundance itself. Say it one final time in this section. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. It is done. It is done. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Say it. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Again, all that is mine by divine right comes to me now. These words are not imagination, they are law. When you speak them, you awaken the supply that has been waiting for you. God has already provided everything you will ever need. There is no lack in spirit. There is no shortage in the infinite. The only question is, will you open the door to receive? And the way you open the door is through your words. Say it again slowly. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Breathe it in. When you say these words, fear begins to dissolve. Worry begins to fall away. Scarcity loses its power, because lack is an illusion. Fear is a lie. The truth is that the infinite is your source, and the infinite never runs dry. Say this now. I am guided to my supply under grace, in perfect ways. Speak it again. I am guided to my supply under grace, in perfect ways. Once more, I am guided to my supply under grace, in perfect ways. These words plant the seed of faith. They tell the universe, I am ready. They tell your subconscious mind, I expect abundance. They tell your aura, shine with prosperity. Supply is like the air you breathe. It is everywhere. You do not beg for air, you inhale it freely. In the same way, you do not have to beg for money. You claim it, you breathe it in, you align with it. Say it now. God is my source, and I am richly provided for. Again, God is my source, and I am richly provided for. One more time, God is my source, and I am richly provided for. Feel how your body responds to these words. Your shoulders relax. Your mind quiets. your heart expands. Because deep inside, you know it is true. You were never meant to live in fear. You were never meant to chase money like a beggar. You were created to receive, to expand, to overflow. Say this now: my supply is endless, my blessings are countless, my abundance is limitless. Again, my supply is endless, my blessings are countless, my abundance is limitless. One more time: my supply is endless, my blessings are countless, my abundance is limitless. You are connected to a fountain that never runs dry. Every time you speak, you open the channel wider. Every time you give thanks, you draw supply closer. Every time you act in faith, you step into the stream of abundance. Imagine standing by a great river. That river is wealth, ideas, opportunities, money. When you speak words of fear, you step away from the river. But when you say, "All that is mine by divine right comes to me now," you step into the flow. And the river carries blessings straight into your life. Say it again now. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Say it once more. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Speak it until you believe it, and then speak it because you believe it. There is no struggle in divine supply. Birds do not wonder if they will find food. Flowers do not worry if they will bloom. The sun does not question whether it will rise. And neither should you doubt that your supply is certain. The same God who feeds the sparrows and clothes the lilies provides for you in greater measure. Say this now: I live in the overflow of God's abundance. Again, I live in the overflow of God's abundance. One more time: I live in the overflow of God's abundance. You are not asking for what is not yours. You are claiming what has always been yours. Before you were born, the infinite prepared your supply. Before you spoke these words, heaven already agreed with them. All that is yours by divine right cannot be taken, cannot be stolen, cannot be delayed. It comes to you easily, quickly, peacefully. Say it now: I claim my divine inheritance of wealth. Again, I claim my divine inheritance of wealth. One more time: I claim my divine inheritance of wealth. Every time you affirm, the walls of doubt fall down. Every time you affirm, the doors of supply swing open. Every time you affirm, you send out a call to the universe that cannot go unanswered. Wealth begins to shift in your direction. Opportunities begin to appear. People are moved to bless you. The right ideas come at the right time. All because you spoke, all because you believed, all because you aligned. Say this now: God is my unlimited source of riches. Again, God is my unlimited source of riches. Once more: God is my unlimited source of riches. When you say this, you cut the cord of fear. You stop believing that your job is your source, or the economy is your source, or another person is your source. You anchor yourself in truth. God is my unlimited source of riches. Feel the weight lifting off your shoulders as you say it. You are not dependent on man. You are not bound by circumstances. You are not trapped by the past. Your source is divine, and divine supply never ends. Say this now: I am guided to wealth. I am surrounded by wealth. I am supplied with wealth. Again, I am guided to wealth. I am surrounded by wealth. I am supplied with wealth. One more time: I am guided to wealth. I am surrounded by wealth. I am supplied with wealth. Beloved, these words are your daily bread. Speak them morning, noon, and night. Speak them when fear whispers lies. Speak them when bills come due. Speak them when doubt creeps in. Because your words are weapons. Your words are seeds. Your words are the bridge from lack to plenty. And as you declare, all that is mine by divine right comes to me now, you will watch doors open, paths clear, and blessings pour out in ways you never imagined. Say it again with boldness: all that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Again, all that is mine by divine right comes to me now. One final time: all that is mine by divine right comes to me now. And so it is. I do not chase wealth, wealth is drawn to me. Say it. I do not chase wealth, wealth is drawn to me. Again, I do not chase wealth, wealth is drawn to me. These words shift the entire way you live. Most of the world is chasing, running, striving, and pushing. But you are no longer among them. You have stepped into divine alignment. You have stepped into flow. Say it slowly: I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. Say it again: I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. One more time: I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. Feel the peace in these words. Feel how the struggle falls away. Feel how anxiety dissolves. When you chase money, it runs. When you fear money, it hides. But when you stand in your truth and declare that money flows to you, it obeys. It listens. It comes. Because money is not your master, it is your servant. Say this now: money serves me, money blesses me, money multiplies for me. Again, money serves me, money blesses me, money multiplies for me. One more time: money serves me, money blesses me, money multiplies for me. You are not the beggar of wealth. You are the magnet of wealth. You are not knocking at the door. You are opening the door. You are not striving. You are allowing. Say it now: I allow prosperity to flow into my life. Again, I allow prosperity to flow into my life. Once more, I allow prosperity to flow into my life. Everywhere you go, abundance is drawn to you. Every room you enter, every step you take, your aura radiates wealth. Opportunities recognize you. Favor recognizes you. Money recognizes you. Say this now: wealth finds me wherever I go. Again, wealth finds me wherever I go. One more time: wealth finds me wherever I go. There is no force of struggle here. There is no pushing, no forcing, no desperation. There is only flow. Imagine the sun shining in the sky. It does not chase the earth. It simply shines and the earth turns to receive its light. So it is with you. You do not chase, you shine. You radiate abundance, and the world responds. Say it now: I shine with abundance, and abundance comes to me. Again, I shine with abundance, and abundance comes to me. One more time: I shine with abundance, and abundance comes to me. Opportunities are seeking you even now. Clients are seeking you. Ideas are seeking you. Promotions are seeking you. Investors are seeking you. Say it with me: what I seek is seeking me. Again, what I seek is seeking me. One more time: what I seek is seeking me. The magnet never struggles to pull iron. It simply attracts by its nature. And you, beloved, are the magnet. Your nature is prosperity. Your aura is light. Your words are power. And all that belongs to you is pulled toward you without effort, without strain, without fear. Say this now: I am a magnet for prosperity. I am a magnet for success. I am a magnet for abundance. Again, I am a magnet for prosperity. I am a magnet for success. I am a magnet for abundance. One more time: I am a magnet for prosperity. I am a magnet for success. I am a magnet for abundance. You no longer believe that money is hard. You no longer believe that wealth is distant. You no longer believe that prosperity is for others. You have replaced those lies with truth. Say it now: wealth is easy. Abundance is near. Prosperity is mine. Again, wealth is easy. Abundance is near. Prosperity is mine. Once more: wealth is easy. Abundance is near. Prosperity is mine. Every time you breathe, you are drawing in divine supply. Every time you speak, you are releasing the signal of abundance. Every time you give thanks, you are magnetizing more blessings. This is effortless attraction. It is not forced, it is natural. Just as the tide rises without effort, just as the stars shine without struggle, so wealth flows to you in peace. Say this now: wealth flows to me in peace. Wealth flows to me with ease. Wealth flows to me in perfect ways. Again, wealth flows to me in peace. Wealth flows to me with ease. Wealth flows to me in perfect ways. You are walking into a new life where doors open as you arrive. You are walking into a new season where money comes before the need. You are walking into a new reality where abundance is as natural as breath. Say it now: doors open for me. Supply comes before I need it. Abundance is natural to me. Again, doors open for me. Supply comes before I need it. Abundance is natural to me. One more time: doors open for me. Supply comes before I need it. Abundance is natural to me. Beloved, when you stop chasing, you stop resisting. When you stop resisting, you start receiving. The law of attraction is not about striving, it is about aligning. And alignment is effortless when you speak truth, when you bless what you have, and when you expect what is yours. Say this now: I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. Again, I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. One more time: I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. Feel the shift inside you. The chase is over. The begging is over. The waiting is over. You are magnetic now. You are radiant now. You are abundant now. Say it with power: I do not chase wealth. Wealth is drawn to me. Again, I do not chase wealth. Wealth is drawn to me. One more time: I do not chase wealth. Wealth is drawn to me. Let these words echo in your spirit. Let them anchor in your subconscious. Let them rewrite the story of your life. Because from this day forward, money does not run from you, it runs to you. Opportunities do not pass you by, they stop at your door. Abundance does not hide, it appears in your hands. All because you have spoken, all because you have aligned, all because you have chosen effortless attraction. Say it one final time: I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. And so it is. I always have more than enough. Say it now. I always have more than enough. Again. I always have more than enough. These words unlock the vibration of overflow. Not just enough to survive, not just enough to get by, but more than enough. Abundance that spills over. Wealth that multiplies. Supply that grows as you use it. Say it slowly: wealth multiplies in my hands. Say it again: wealth multiplies in my hands. One more time. Wealth multiplies in my hands. You are not losing, you are multiplying. You are not shrinking, you are expanding. Every seed you plant grows. Every dollar you bless increases. Every action you take in faith creates ripple after ripple of prosperity. Say this now: every dollar I spend returns multiplied. Again, every dollar I spend returns multiplied. One more time. Every dollar I spend returns multiplied. This is the law of circulation. When you release money in faith, it circles back to you greater than it left. Like a river flowing and returning, it never leaves you empty. The more you bless it, the more it blesses you. Imagine your life overflowing. Bills are not a burden, they are an opportunity to bless. Giving is not loss, it is expansion. Spending is not lack, it is circulation. Say it now: money flows to me, money grows for me, money circulates back to me. Again, money flows to me, money grows for me, money circulates back to me. Once more, money flows to me, money grows for me, money circulates back to me. You were not created for just enough. You were created for overflow. The cup of your life is not meant to be half full. It is meant to run over. Say it now: my cup runs over with abundance. Again, my cup runs over with abundance. One more time: my cup runs over with abundance. Overflow means you can give freely, live freely, and dream freely. It means you are not calculating pennies, but distributing blessings. It means you are not fearful of tomorrow, but expectant of miracles. Say this now: I live in the overflow of divine abundance. Again, I live in the overflow of divine abundance. Once more, I live in the overflow of divine abundance. Multiplication is natural to the divine. A seed planted multiplies into a harvest. A drop of water multiplies into an ocean. A single idea multiplies into a fortune. And so it is with you. What you release returns multiplied. What you sow, you reap in greater measure. Say it now: everything I touch prospers and multiplies. Again, everything I touch prospers and multiplies. One more time: everything I touch prospers and multiplies. There is no fear in overflow. There is no worry in multiplication. When you know that everything returns multiplied, you stop clinging, you stop hoarding, you stop doubting. You release in faith, and faith multiplies. Say this now: I give freely, I receive freely, and both increase my wealth. Again, I give freely, I receive freely, and both increase my wealth. Once more: I give freely, I receive freely, and both increase my wealth. Picture yourself now surrounded by overflowing blessings. Imagine your accounts full and multiplying. Imagine every need met before it even arises. Imagine wealth so abundant that it spills over into the lives of those around you. That is overflow. That is multiplication. And that is your reality. Say it now: I am blessed to be a blessing. Again, I am blessed to be a blessing. One more time: I am blessed to be a blessing. The universe is abundant. The supply is endless. The law is exact. And you are aligned with it. Overflow is not rare. It is the natural result of divine order. Multiplication is not hard. It is the promise of spiritual law. Say this now: I receive wealth in overflowing measure. I receive wealth in multiplying streams. I receive wealth in perfect ways. Again, I receive wealth in overflowing measure. I receive wealth in multiplying streams. I receive wealth in perfect ways. One more time: I receive wealth in overflowing measure. I receive wealth in multiplying streams. I receive wealth in perfect ways. Beloved, you are no longer living in just enough. You are stepping into more than enough. You are no longer measuring your life by scarcity. You are measuring it by overflow, and overflow has no limits. Say this now: I live in unlimited increase. Again, I live in unlimited increase. Once more, I live in unlimited increase. Every act of faith multiplies. Every affirmation multiplies. Every thought of abundance multiplies. You are surrounded by increase. You are filled with increase. You are guided to increase. Say this now: increase is my natural state. Abundance is my natural flow. Multiplication is my natural law. Again, increase is my natural state. Abundance is my natural flow. Multiplication is my natural law. One more time: increase is my natural state. Abundance is my natural flow. Multiplication is my natural law. Feel the power of these words. Your aura is glowing brighter. Your spirit is rising higher. Your wealth is multiplying even now. This is not fantasy, it is divine truth. The law of multiplication is already working in your favor. Say it again: wealth multiplies in my hands. Once more: wealth multiplies in my hands. One final time: wealth multiplies in my hands. And so it is. I give thanks for the wealth that is already mine. Say it now: I give thanks for the wealth that is already mine. Again. I give thanks for the wealth that is already mine. Gratitude is the language of faith. Gratitude is the sound of answered prayer. Gratitude is the magnet that draws blessings near. Every time you say thank you, you open the gates of supply wider and wider. Say it slowly: I bless my money, and it blesses me. Again: I bless my money, and it blesses me. Once more: I bless my money, and it blesses me. The more you bless it, the more it multiplies. The more you appreciate it, the more it circulates back into your life. Money is energy, and gratitude is the current that keeps it flowing strong. Say this now: I am grateful for every dollar I have. Again: I am grateful for every dollar I have. One more time: I am grateful for every dollar I have. Gratitude is not waiting for more before you feel rich. Gratitude is knowing you are already rich, and more must come to match that feeling. The universe responds to thanksgiving as surely as the ground responds to rain. Say this now: I give thanks in advance for the blessings that are already on their way. Again: I give thanks in advance for the blessings that are already on their way. Once more: I give thanks in advance for the blessings that are already on their way. Gratitude in advance is a declaration of certainty. It is saying, I do not need to see it to believe it. I believe it, and therefore I will see it. Every time you speak gratitude before the blessing arrives, you create a magnetic pole. You are telling the universe, I trust the law. I trust the process. I trust God as my supply. And that trust opens the floodgates of miracles. Say it now: miracles flow to me because I give thanks before they arrive. Again: miracles flow to me because I give thanks before they arrive. One more time: miracles flow to me because I give thanks before they arrive. Think now of every small blessing in your life. The air you breathe, the roof over your head, the food on your table, the people you love, the opportunities you've been given. Say this now: I bless the small, and the small becomes great. Again: I bless the small, and the small becomes great. One more time: I bless the small, and the small becomes great. Gratitude transforms the little into the overflow. Gratitude multiplies the seed into the harvest. Say this with me: thank you, God, for money in my hands now. Again: thank you, God, for money in my hands now. Once more: thank you, God, for money in my hands now. Gratitude brings what you desire closer. Gratitude pulls wealth from the unseen into the seen. Gratitude is proof that you are already in possession of what you ask for. Say this now: I thank God for $100,000 that flows to me now, under grace, in perfect ways. Again: I thank God for $100,000 that flows to me now, under grace, in perfect ways. One more time: I thank God for $100,000 that flows to me now, under grace, in perfect ways. Feel the shift as you speak. Gratitude lifts the spirit. Gratitude dissolves fear. Gratitude aligns you with divine timing. It is impossible to be in lack when you are full of thanks. Say this now: I am full of gratitude, and gratitude fills my life with wealth. Again: I am full of gratitude, and gratitude fills my life with wealth. Once more: I am full of gratitude, and gratitude fills my life with wealth. Bless every bill you pay. Say, I bless this bill and thank God for more than enough to cover it easily. Bless every coin you find. Say, I bless this coin and thank God that it multiplies into riches. Bless every opportunity, every door, every moment. Say, I bless this moment, and it brings me closer to my abundance. Gratitude in advance is faith in action. When you thank God before the money arrives, you declare that it already exists in the unseen, and soon it must appear in the seen. Say it now, what I thank God for in advance must appear in my life. Again, what I thank God for in advance must appear in my life. Once more, what I thank God for in advance must appear in my life. Beloved, gratitude is never wasted. Every thank you is a seed. Every thank you is a key. Every thank you is a light that shines into your future and brings back blessings. Say this now, I thank my way into wealth. Again, I thank my way into wealth. One more time, I thank my way into wealth. You are no longer focused on what is missing. You are focused on what is multiplying. You are no longer waiting to feel blessed. You are blessing now, and blessing attracts blessing. Gratitude shifts your aura into magnetic power. Gratitude tunes your mind into abundance. Gratitude calls down miracles. Say it again now, I am grateful, I am blessed, I am overflowing. Again, I am grateful, I am blessed, I am overflowing. One more time, I am grateful, I am blessed, I am overflowing. Feel the truth in these words. Wealth is already here. Supply is already flowing. Blessings are already prepared. You are not waiting for your miracle. It is waiting for your gratitude. Say this once more, thank you, God, for wealth without limits. Thank you, God, for abundance without measure. Thank you, God, for supply without end. And so it is. My aura is magnetic to prosperity. Say it now. My aura is magnetic to prosperity. Again. My aura is magnetic to prosperity. Your aura is the energy that surrounds you. It is the invisible field that speaks before your words, that enters a room before you step in, that calls to you every blessing or every burden you believe in. When your aura is filled with fear, lack responds. When your aura is filled with faith, wealth responds. And today, your aura is being trained to shine with abundance. Say this now, I radiate confidence, joy, and abundance. Again, I radiate confidence, joy, and abundance. One more time, I radiate confidence, joy, and abundance. Feel how these words change your body. Your shoulders lift, your heart opens, your breath deepens. You are not small, you are not weak, you are radiant, powerful, magnetic. Say it slowly, wealth surrounds me, wealth fills me, wealth flows through me. Again, wealth surrounds me, wealth fills me, wealth flows through me. Once more, wealth surrounds me, wealth fills me, wealth flows through me. Your aura is not static, it is alive. It reflects what you believe. It reflects what you speak. It reflects what you expect. And right now, you are programming your aura to call in wealth. Say this now, my aura glows with golden light. Again, my aura glows with golden light. One more time, my aura glows with golden light. Picture a golden radiance expanding around you. With every breath, it grows brighter. With every affirmation, it grows stronger. With every thank you, it grows wider. This light touches every place you go, every person you meet, every opportunity that is meant for you. Say this now, I radiate abundance, and abundance responds to me. Again, I radiate abundance, and abundance responds to me. One more time, I radiate abundance, and abundance responds to me. Your aura is your silent decree. It tells the universe what to deliver. It tells money whether to stay or to flow. And when you fill it with gratitude, peace, and faith, it cannot help but attract miracles. Say this now, I am magnetic to money. I am magnetic to opportunities. I am magnetic to miracles. Again, I am magnetic to money. I am magnetic to opportunities. I am magnetic to miracles. One more time, I am magnetic to money. I am magnetic to opportunities. I am magnetic to miracles. Even now, your aura is shifting. It is clearing away fear. It is dissolving doubt. It is repelling negativity. And in its place, it is glowing with divine abundance. You are glowing with confidence. You are glowing with peace. You are glowing with expectancy. Say this now, I walk in light, I walk in favor, I walk in wealth. Again, I walk in light, I walk in favor, I walk in wealth. Once more, I walk in light, I walk in favor, I walk in wealth. Everywhere you go, this energy precedes you. Doors open before you arrive. People are drawn to bless you. Opportunities are drawn to serve you. Wealth is drawn to surround you. Say it slowly, I carry a magnetic field of prosperity. Again, I carry a magnetic field of prosperity. One more time, I carry a magnetic field of prosperity. Your aura is the atmosphere of your soul. When you fill it with love, it attracts love. When you fill it with peace, it attracts peace. When you fill it with wealth, it attracts wealth. Say this now, my aura attracts only good. Again, my aura attracts only good. One more time, my aura attracts only good. You do not have to force what belongs to you. You only have to radiate what you desire. Wealth is not chased, it is magnetized. Opportunities are not forced, they are drawn. Success is not begged for, it is received. Say this now, I radiate wealth. I radiate peace. I radiate blessings. Again, I radiate wealth. I radiate peace. I radiate blessings. One more time, I radiate wealth. I radiate peace. I radiate blessings. Picture yourself now walking with this golden aura. Every step leaves a trail of light. Every word releases waves of abundance. Every action multiplies prosperity. You are surrounded by light, covered by light, filled with light. Say this now, I am covered in light, and this light attracts my wealth. Again, I am covered in light, and this light attracts my wealth. One more time, I am covered in light, and this light attracts my wealth. Beloved, this light cannot be dimmed. Fear cannot dim it. Doubt cannot dim it. Circumstances cannot dim it. The moment you choose to radiate faith, your aura becomes unstoppable. The moment you choose gratitude, your aura becomes irresistible. The moment you choose peace, your aura becomes magnetic. Say this now, my aura is irresistible to abundance. Again, my aura is irresistible to abundance. One more time, my aura is irresistible to abundance. This is your new reality. Wherever you go, you are a walking magnet for blessings. Whatever you do, you carry the energy of prosperity. Whoever you meet, they feel the confidence of divine supply in you. Say this now, I glow with prosperity, and prosperity knows me. Again, I glow with prosperity, and prosperity knows me. One more time, I glow with prosperity, and prosperity knows me. Your aura is not small. It stretches far beyond your body. It reaches into the unseen and calls forth the seen. It whispers to money, come here. It whispers to opportunities, find me. It whispers to miracles, appear now. Say this now, my aura calls forth wealth now. Again, my aura calls forth wealth now. One more time, my aura calls forth wealth now. You are magnetic, you are radiant. You are unstoppable. This is not your imagination. It is your truth. The more you affirm it, the stronger it becomes. The more you bless it, the wider it expands. The more you live it, the faster it manifests. Say this one final time, my aura is magnetic to prosperity. My aura is magnetic to prosperity. My aura is magnetic to prosperity. And so it is done. Say it now, it is done. Again, it is done. The words you have spoken are not empty, they are law. They are seeds planted in the garden of spirit, and they will bear fruit in your life. From this moment forward, you no longer ask whether abundance will come. You know it is already here. Say this slowly, I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Again, I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Once more, I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. These words are no longer affirmations you practice. They are your identity. This is who you are. This is your truth. This is your decree. Say this now. 100,000 blessings surround me. Again, 100,000 blessings surround me. Once more, 100,000 blessings surround me. Every word of gratitude you have spoken has multiplied. Every affirmation has released light. Every declaration has commanded wealth to move in your direction. Say it with strength. I call abundance now. I call abundance now. I call abundance now. Feel the power in your chest as you speak. Feel the energy in your aura as you decree. Feel the certainty in your soul as you know. Say this, I am richly supplied, divinely guided, and forever blessed. Again, I am richly supplied, divinely guided, and forever blessed. One more time, I am richly supplied, divinely guided, and forever blessed. These words draw a line between your past and your future. The old story of lack is gone. The new story of wealth begins. You are not the same as when you began this hour. Your aura is brighter. Your words are stronger. Your faith is deeper. And your supply is nearer. Say it now. I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. Again, I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. Once more, I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. Imagine now doors opening before you. Imagine unexpected checks arriving. Imagine debts dissolving, bills paid with ease, and money flowing in streams. Picture yourself smiling as wealth surrounds you. That picture is not fantasy, it is divine truth. Say it now: wealth flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. Again, wealth flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. Once more, wealth flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. You are no longer waiting for blessings, they are waiting for you. You are no longer chasing opportunities, they are chasing you. You are no longer struggling for wealth, it is flowing to you. Say it with boldness: I am aligned with divine abundance now. Again, I am aligned with divine abundance now. One more time: I am aligned with divine abundance now. Gratitude seals it. Gratitude accelerates it. Gratitude multiplies it. Say this now: thank you, God, for unlimited wealth that flows to me now. Again, thank you, God, for unlimited wealth that flows to me now. Once more, thank you, God, for unlimited wealth that flows to me now. Your words are containers of power. Your affirmations are commands. Your aura is magnetic, and your future is abundant. This is not the end, this is the beginning of your new life. A life where money serves you. A life where wealth surrounds you. A life where abundance is natural, effortless, inevitable. Say it slowly with finality: I bless this day. I bless my wealth. I bless my future. Again, I bless this day. I bless my wealth. I bless my future. Once more, I bless this day. I bless my wealth. I bless my future. Now declare it 3 times with all your heart: it is done. It is done. It is done. Pause. Breathe deeply. Let the words settle into your spirit. You are now vibrating at the frequency of abundance. You are now radiating wealth into your world. You are now magnetizing prosperity in ways you cannot yet see, but will soon experience. Beloved, do not stop here. Speak these decrees daily. Carry them in your heart. Let them shape your thoughts, guide your feelings, and shine through your aura. You are a magnet of unlimited wealth. You are supplied. You are blessed. You are abundant. Say it one last time: I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. And so it is.
If money touches your hands and you still feel fear, you have not yet claimed your dominion. If you receive your paycheck and speak words like, "It's not enough," "It's already gone," or "I wish it were more," you have unknowingly cursed your own supply. And I say unto you now, lack does not begin with low income. It begins with low speech. The minute you receive, the minute heaven opens its gate to fund your next assignment, what you say in that moment shapes what happens next. You can be paid in thousands and still feel poor. You can be blessed with increase and still bind it with your mouth. But hear me well, when you change your response to payment, you change your relationship to provision. The divine has already decreed that you are not to live hand to mouth, but spirit to overflow. But the only way to activate that decree is through the word. Not just any word, but the right word said at the right time, in the right spirit. So I ask you plainly, what do you say when you get paid? Do you sigh? Do you panic? Do you whisper the language of barely enough? Do you brace for bills, or do you open your hands in praise? Because every time money enters your field, heaven watches how you handle it. And the law responds not to your emotion, not to your gratitude journal, not to your hard work, but to your vibration. And nothing shifts vibration faster than a spoken word of truth. When you get paid, you're not just being compensated, you are being tested. You are standing at a gate of multiplication, and the passcode to open that gate is your mouth. So I give you this charge, this spiritual key, this decree that reorders your entire experience of wealth. Say this, not casually, not religiously, but with full dominion, every time you receive money. Every payment I receive is divine supply in motion. This multiplies under grace now. That's it. That is the hinge upon which lack turns to overflow. That is the valve that opens the floodgates. That is the tongue-tied lie of scarcity, severed and silenced forever. Do not speak this from anxiety. Do not chant it from fear. Speak it from knowing. Speak it as one who remembers who they are. Speak it not to make money appear, but because it already has. It is not begging, it is blessing. It is not superstition, it is law. And I promise you, if you say this every time money touches your hands, If you claim supply with your voice and not just your hopes, lack will leave your life like a servant dismissed by the king. This is not a trick. This is not a ritual. This is the highest metaphysical truth made simple. Say it at the ATM. Say it when the email hits. Say it when the alert buzzes your phone. Say it before you spend. Say it with breath. Say it with rhythm. Say it with power. You were not meant to live in dread. You were not designed to shrink every time a bill arrives. You were not created to chase crumbs while the storehouses of heaven remain full. You were born to receive with dignity. You were born to speak with authority. You were born to multiply what enters your field by the frequency of your word. And the law will never override your voice. It will wait until you speak what you wish to see. So speak wisely, speak richly, speak now. Money is not a thing, it is a flow. And every time it enters your life, whether through a paycheck, a gift, a refund, a deposit, it is not merely a transaction. It is a spiritual event. It is proof that divine circulation has not stopped moving. It is the echo of a higher source that never runs dry. But few recognize the holiness of that moment. They treat payment as a problem to solve, not a portal to pass through. And so they mishandle it. They forget the law that governs all increase. They forget that money obeys spiritual law, not emotional desperation. The law of circulation is very clear. What you receive with resistance, you repel. What you receive with fear, you bind. But what you receive with divine authority, you multiply. You may have thought the gate was your income. You may have thought the gate was your job, your invoice, your contract. But I say, the gate is your consciousness. The gate is your belief. And the gatekeeper is your mouth. Let me teach you what most forget. When you get paid, you are not just collecting earnings. You are entering the current of divine movement. Money is not a pile. It is a pulse. It is a current that flows toward your belief, toward your expectation, toward your vibration. This is why some earn more and still feel less. It is why some are paid often and still stay broke. Because they never shift the consciousness that receives. They never stop and say, "This is holy. This is evidence of my connection to the infinite source." You do not receive money to survive. You receive it to multiply divine assignment. It is not given for scrambling, but for stewardship. And your stewardship begins with how you speak when it arrives. The moment payment is received, you stand at the mouth of the river. Will you bless it or block it? Will you honor it or shrink it? Will you increase it or delay it? This is where the law becomes visible, and this is where you must take your place, not as an earner, but as a priest of provision. You must bless the payment like bread before the multitude. You must speak not just thanks, but truth over it. Say, "This is not just a paycheck. This is divine proof that I am still connected to supply." This is not just money. This is the echo of God saying, "I have not forgotten you." This is not a small thing. This is the sign that more is already on the way. Now let us anchor this in Scripture, not as dogma, but as metaphysical law. In Luke 6:38, it is written, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down and shaken together and running over." But hear this with new ears. The giving is not just about what you release, it is also about what you say. The moment you give thanks, you give energy. The moment you give a declaration, you give command. And the law responds. The running over does not begin with your wallet. It begins with your word. So now you understand. When payment enters your life, it's not just a financial event. It is the universe asking, how will you receive this? In fear or in faith? In silence or in speech? In apology or in authority? Speak right, and watch the gate swing open. It is a strange thing that a man or woman can ask for abundance in prayer and then slay that same abundance with their mouth the moment it arrives. You see, it is not the lack of income that binds most souls. It is the presence of self-cursing words at the gate of reception. People do not realize that every statement they make when money enters their hands is a spell, a decree, a contract. And most make those contracts with fear. They say, "It's not enough. It's already gone." straight to bills. Now I'm broke again. And then they wonder why the overflow doesn't come. They wonder why more never stays. But I tell you, it is not because the law failed. It is because they broke the law with their own tongue. The law of divine supply cannot override your spoken resistance. For the moment you declare defeat, you instruct the universe to treat you accordingly. Imagine this with me. A woman receives her direct deposit, and before even feeling gratitude, she utters, "Well, most of that's already spoken for." Do you not see the subtle curse in those words? She has just told the law, "This is not mine to keep, to steward, or to multiply. It is already lost." And the law obeys. Or a man receives a payment and says aloud, "I still need way more than this." In that moment, he does not realize that his complaint has become a command. He has told the law, "This is not enough. Withhold the peace, delay the overflow." And so it does. These statements may feel normal, they may even feel honest, but spiritual law does not respond to what you think is realistic. It responds to what you declare. And if your declaration at the gate of payment is one of stress, frustration, or lack, then the law has no choice but to mirror that back into your world. So I ask you now, what have you been saying? When the paycheck hits? When the invoice is paid? When the sale closes? When the gift arrives? Do you praise or panic? Do you bless or belittle? Do you shrink or stand up? Because your first words in that moment are the seed of your next financial season. You may not even notice how casually you speak lack. "I wish I made more." Why does it go so fast? What's the point? It's all gone by Friday. Each of these is a thread in the net that keeps you tied to the appearance of scarcity. And here is the divine correction. The moment you become aware of the pattern, you can end it. Not with guilt, not with penance, but with a new word, a new declaration. Every time you get paid, you are given a choice. Curse it or bless it. And what you bless multiplies. So from now on, when money enters your hand, no matter the amount, no matter the source, you say this: "This is divine supply in motion. It multiplies now under grace." Say it until your mouth no longer knows how to curse your own provision. Say it until no paycheck ever feels small again. Say it until every cent begins to carry the echo of heaven. And lack, so long your companion, will finally pack its bags and flee. You may ask, if I've been speaking lack for years, how do I begin again? I tell you now, you begin not by effort, but by utterance. Not by changing everything externally, but by changing one thing internally, your response. Because in the spiritual economy, the way you receive determines the volume you receive. The mouth governs the flow. There is a sentence, a spiritual sentence, short in word but vast in power. It is not a mantra. It is not superstition. It is divine alignment spoken into the invisible. And this is it. Every payment I receive is divine supply in motion. This multiplies under grace now. Say it with breath. Say it with boldness. Say it while looking at your hands, for those hands are no longer the hands of labor, but of increase. Say it aloud every time you get paid. Not some of the time, not when you feel like it, not just when the amount is large, but every time. Say it when your paycheck lands in your bank. Say it when someone hands you a tip. Say it when a refund appears. Say it when a bonus arrives. Say it even when the amount is smaller than you expected, especially then. Why? Because it's not about the money. It's about your energy in that moment. It's about the magnetic field you're creating around your wealth. That sentence is not just claiming what has arrived. It's commanding what must come next. It is putting the law of increase on notice. It is declaring to the invisible realms that this supply shall not sit stagnant. It shall move, multiply, and return again with more. You must speak it within 5 minutes of receiving. That is when the gate is still open. That is when the current is fresh. That is when your consciousness is most malleable. Do not delay. Do not save it for later. Say it now while your hands still remember the receiving. And say it aloud, not in your head. The word must leave your lips. For it is written, "You shall also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you." Job 22:28. A decree is not a thought, it is not a hope, it is a spoken act of spiritual jurisdiction. When you say this sentence, you are not just being positive. You are activating the law. You are sanctifying the transaction. You are converting a natural moment into a supernatural seed. You are telling the money in your hand, you are not here to linger, you are here to multiply. And when spoken consistently, this word begins to rewire your atmosphere. It changes how you see money, how you receive it, how you expect it. It shifts you from, "This isn't enough," to, "This is the beginning of overflow." Now hear me clearly. The multiplies under grace part is no accident. It is not force. It is not hustle. It is not anxious calculation. It is grace. The effortless, divine orchestration of right results with no strain. Grace does the multiplying. Your word merely opens the way. So say it. Say it every time. Say it like a priest receiving an offering. Say it like a king proclaiming his inheritance. Say it like someone who has finally remembered who they are. Because when you do, when you speak this with unwavering rhythm, you won't just keep money. You'll command money. You'll magnetize money. You'll multiply money. And lack won't just leave. It won't be able to find you again. The moment you speak the word, you are no longer a receiver. You are a ruler. But the reason many continue to experience financial constriction is because they have not yet assumed their true identity. They still believe they are beggars at the gate of supply, when in truth, they are gatekeepers of circulation itself. Let me be clear, you are not a worker trying to earn enough. You are not a budgeter juggling lack. You are not a struggler doing your best. You are a vessel of divine supply, a channel of perpetual motion, a priest of overflow. But until you assume this role, until you speak from this role, you will continue to filter wealth through the lens of fear and wonder why it leaks. Money responds to identity. If you believe you are barely getting by, your income will obey. If you believe you must chase every dollar, your income will keep running. But if you believe you are the appointed vessel through which God moves provision into this world, your income will locate you, honor you, and stay with you. You are the wealth gatekeeper. You decide what passes and what perishes. You decide what enters and what withers. You decide what multiplies and what halts. And all of it begins with the authority you carry in speech. Let me speak a truth that will set you free. The moment you get paid, you are not simply being compensated for labor. You are being acknowledged by the universe as a keeper of flow. But how you respond determines whether the flow continues or dries up. If you receive and say, "This isn't enough," you have dishonored the gate. If you receive and say, "Why is this so small?" you have insulted the current. If you receive and say, "This won't last," you have shut the door you prayed for. But if you say, "I am the gate of divine wealth. I receive not from man, but from source. I do not beg, I bless. I do not hustle, I harvest. Every dollar that enters my hand has a divine purpose, and I am fit to multiply it." Then you speak not as a struggler, but as a spiritual gatekeeper, and the law rushes to accommodate your new posture. Do you not yet realize? Every time you are paid, heaven is watching to see how you carry it. Will you lower your voice and diminish the moment? Or will you rise up and say, "I receive this as a sign that divine circulation is working through me now"? Identity is not something you wait for. It is something you declare. And the moment you begin speaking as one who holds the keys of overflow, the doors begin to obey. So from now on, speak this: I am the wealth gatekeeper. What enters my hands multiplies. What flows through me blesses others. What remains is more than enough. That is your mantle. That is your role. That is your appointment. You are not small. You are not desperate. You are not trying. You are the gate. You are the keeper. You are the one supply has been waiting for. It is not enough to speak the word only once. It must become the atmosphere around your finances, the rhythm that reconditions your relationship with money. The declaration must be practiced, not just proclaimed. So I will teach you now how to use it with every transaction, because every movement of money is a moment of spiritual opportunity. When your direct deposit arrives, do not just glance and move on. Do not sigh or scroll. Speak with full authority. Every payment I receive is divine supply in motion. This multiplies under grace now. Say it while the notification is still fresh. Say it before you spend a dime. Lay your hand on your phone, your heart, your wallet, and say it with breath, rhythm, certainty. When you are handed cash, even if it's $5, pause for a sacred second. Feel it, look at it, smile, and speak. This is evidence of divine circulation. This flows to me and through me, now multiplied. Do not rush the moment. Bless the moment. Hold the money with reverence. Treat it not as small, but as sacred. For how you receive the little determines whether the law will trust you with much. When you check your bank account, do not curse the number. Do not call it insufficient. Even if it is less than you desire, you must speak not to the amount, but to the law above the amount. Say, this number is not my source. Divine supply is. This is the beginning of overflow. Do not speak according to what you see. Speak according to what is spiritually true. For we do not walk by sight, but by spiritual certainty. When you are about to spend, whether it's a bill, a coffee, a gift, do not release the money in fear. Most people spend with anxiety and then wonder why more does not return. But hear me, how you release money is just as important as how you receive it. Before you pay, whisper, money spent in love returns sevenfold. This circulation blesses the giver and the receiver. I spend in faith, and I harvest in overflow. Make it your ritual. Every transaction becomes transformation. Every movement becomes multiplication. Now I give you a simple practice. 1. Lay your hands on your wallet or bank card once a day. Do not do this out of superstition, but out of spiritual authority. Say, you are full. You are flowing. You are never empty again. 2. Before opening your banking app, say aloud, I expect good news. I expect increase. I expect divine surprise. Train your body and mind to anticipate wealth, not fear it. 3. Before you withdraw money, say, this is not loss. This is circulation, and what I release returns multiplied. These are not empty phrases. They are energetic instructions to the law of supply. They are commands to your subconscious, invitations to angels, orders to the unseen. Money does not obey hustlers, it obeys priests. And every transaction is your altar. So from now on, speak over everything, over the coins, over the notes, over the alerts, over the checks, over the receipts. You are not just managing finances, you are commanding flow. Just as the right word opens doors, the wrong word slams them shut. And many, though sincere in prayer, cancel their miracles in conversation. They speak against the very abundance they beg for. They mix faith with fear, praise with panic, power with poison. So now I speak with love, but with fire. There are some phrases you must bury forever. Never say, this isn't enough. For in that moment, you instruct the universe to keep proving you right. Never say, it's already gone. For in that breath, you command the law of loss to act on your behalf. Never say, it disappears as fast as it comes. For by that declaration, you ordain every dollar to vanish. Never say, I can't afford that. For in that statement, you cut yourself off from the infinite. You may believe you're being realistic, but spiritual law does not honor realism. It honors resonance. It listens not to your facts, but to your frequency. And the fastest way to lower your frequency is to curse your own good. Do not joke about being broke. Do not mock your own provision. Do not casually reinforce scarcity with phrases meant to entertain. The law is always listening. Your money is always listening. Your field is always listening. And when you speak lack, even playfully, you are inviting it to stay. Instead, learn the sacred art of spiritual substitution. When your mind says, this won't be enough, immediately say aloud, divine supply is never limited. This multiplies now. When your thoughts spiral into, it's all going to bills, replace it with, even in circulation, my wealth grows and returns to me in full. When you are tempted to say, I can't afford it, instead declare, it is not a matter of cost, it is a matter of divine timing, and I am aligned with my good. This is the law of substitution in action. You must learn to replace fear speak with faith speak, and you must do it instantly, not later, not tomorrow. The moment the lie rises, the truth must answer. I will give you now a list of forbidden phrases and their replacements. I'm broke. I am rich in divine supply, and it finds me now. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money flows from infinite sources, seen and unseen. I never have enough. I always have more than enough, and it increases daily. I don't know where it will come from. I don't need to know the how. I know the law. I'll never catch up. I am divinely timed, and everything arrives right on schedule. You must be ruthless with your mouth. Guard it like a vault, because your mouth is not a passive instrument. It is the wand of manifestation. And every time you use it to describe lack, you are authoring a future of the same. Do not say these things in jest. Do not say them in anger. Do not say them at all. Let this be your new vow. I will never again speak against my own wealth. My words build it. My words bless it. My words command it. For every time you open your mouth, you are either prophesying expansion or predicting drought. Choose expansion. Now that you understand the law, and now that you've cleansed your mouth of every curse and contradiction, it is time to train your word into overflow. For faith is not built in theory, it is built in practice. So I give you now a challenge, not as a test of worthiness, but as a discipline of spiritual mastery. I call it the 3-day spoken overflow challenge. For the next 3 days, I want you to do the following every time you interact with money. Whether it's $1 or 10,000, whether it's given, received, spent, or saved, you will speak the word. You will declare, every payment I receive is divine supply in motion. This multiplies under grace now. And that is not all. You will also speak before spending. What I give returns multiplied. I do not lose. I circulate and receive. You will bless your bank account. This account is a reservoir of divine increase. It is never empty again. You will bless your wallet, your purse, your card, your cash drawer. You will treat each moment of financial interaction as sacred, not as ordinary, but as a portal of power. And for these 3 days, you must remain vigilant. No backtracking, no cursing, no casual negativity. The moment you hear yourself complain, doubt, or fear, you will substitute the thought immediately with truth. Why 3 days? Because 3 is the number of resurrection. On the 3rd day, new life arises. On the 3rd day, a shift occurs. On the 3rd day, a pattern breaks. And I promise you this, if you do this with full spiritual intention, if you speak the word in the heat of habit, if you bless every penny that crosses your path, you will feel the shift before the 72 hours are over. You may see unexpected money arrive. You may get word of a new opportunity. You may feel your energy transform. You may notice old fears leave. You may find yourself expecting good like never before. But more than that, you will remember who you are. A priest of wealth, a steward of overflow, a master of circulation, a speaker of divine law. Let me give you your daily rhythm for the challenge. Morning, speak the overflow sentence aloud 3 times. Visualize your hands open, your field full, your gates wide. Midday, bless whatever transaction occurs. Whether a bill or a payment, a sale or a gift, bless it with your word. Evening, review your speech. Were there any lapses? Forgive them and affirm, I cancel every idle word and replace it with truth. And if nothing financial happens that day, still speak. Speak as if it has. Because when you speak from the invisible, the visible rushes to match it. You may write these declarations on sticky notes. You may record them in your voice. You may walk with them in your spirit. But do not let the 3 days pass in silence. Make noise, make rhythm, Make faith real. Say it in the shower. Say it in the car. Say it in the moment you would normally panic. Let this be your vow. I speak only what I wish to multiply. I bless all money that touches me. I bless myself as the keeper of supply, and I expect to see results within 3 days. And you will, because the law is listening. The law never forgets. The law always fulfills what the faithful speak. Let me tell you now of a woman who walked in darkness, financial, emotional, and spiritual, and found her way to light by the power of one sentence, spoken in faith. Her name I will keep sacred, for this story is not about fame, but about the law. And the law knows no favorites. It responds to the faithful, not the fortunate. She was a teacher by profession, but in her spirit, she was still a beggar. She had grown accustomed to expecting just enough, to shrinking when payday arrived, to budgeting from fear. Every month the money came, and every month it left. She spoke as the world taught her to speak. That's it? Where did it all go? Back to zero. One day, tired and hungry for a new way, she stumbled upon a sentence. Just one. It said, "Every payment I receive is divine supply in motion. This multiplies under grace now." She laughed at first. Could it be that simple? Could a sentence shift an entire financial reality? She decided to try, and not try casually, try completely. With every check, every transaction, every moment her hands touched money, she spoke. She declared. She treated each dollar as divine. She stopped complaining. She stopped apologizing. She stopped shrinking. The first week, nothing seemed to happen. But she noticed something else. Her energy shifted. She no longer felt dread when she checked her balance. She no longer spoke fear when she paid her bills. Her nervousness began to fade. Her hope began to grow. Then came the second week. A colleague unexpectedly offered her a side tutoring opportunity, double her usual rate. She accepted and blessed the offer before responding. This is divine supply in motion. It multiplies under grace now. By the third week, she found herself speaking the word without effort. It had become her rhythm, her default, her truth. Then came the moment that proved the law. Her principal called her in. There had been an error in her pay structure, an underpayment that had gone unnoticed for months. She was due back pay, a retroactive deposit, and a permanent increase moving forward. When the new payment hit her account, it was nearly triple what she had received the previous month. She wept, not because of the money, but because of the confirmation. The law had heard, the word had worked, her identity had shifted, her field had changed, and the world could no longer withhold what heaven had already released. Now she speaks with joy. She teaches her students how to bless what they receive. She blesses every cent, every check, every coin, not because she is rich, but because she finally knows she was never poor. The money didn't make her feel safe. Her speech did. Her boldness did. Her faith did. And yours will too. Speak the word, not once, but always. Not sometimes, but every time. Not with doubt, but with rhythm. Because once the law sees that you can speak abundance in the middle of appearance, it will give you appearance to match your abundance. There is a sacred moment in every 24-hour cycle when heaven listens with heightened attention, midnight. It is not a superstitious hour, but a symbolic threshold. Midnight is when one day dies and another is born. It is the invisible hinge between what was and what will be. And if you will train your tongue to speak at this hour, not to complain but to command, you will walk out of the house of lack and into the mansion of divine supply. At midnight, the world is quiet. Fear is half asleep. The mind is soft, and the soul is open. This is when your word can drop like seed into the fertile soil of spirit, unhindered by noise or resistance. It is the moment the veil is thinnest, and what you say is heard, echoed, and performed by divine law. So I give you now a ritual, not of religion, but of resonance. Stand at midnight. Yes, stand. Upright, awake, present. Lay your hands on your heart and your wallet. Open your palms as if receiving something unseen. And speak this word. I declare this body to be a magnet for divine wealth. I am no longer limited by the world. I am sourced by spirit. I call every blocked flow to open. I command every debt to dissolve. I bless every dollar I've ever received. I speak abundance over every form of income. I expect new supply before morning. I declare that wealth is not coming. It is here. I am ready. I am worthy. I am aligned. In the name of divine law, it is done. Say it 3 times. Say it like thunder. Say it like prophecy. Say it like someone who finally refuses to live another day under the illusion of lack. You may not feel different after the first time. That is fine. Say it again. You may not see change by dawn. That is fine. Say it again. Because the law is not emotional. The law is consistent. And what you declare consistently, midnight after midnight, becomes your morning reality. This practice is not for the faint of heart. It is for the bold, for those who no longer beg, but build, for those who no longer fear, but frame their world with the word. I have seen doors open within hours of this practice. I have seen money arrive with no logical source. I have seen fear lift like smoke, and joy rush in like sunrise. Because when you speak at midnight, you are not just speaking into the air. You are speaking into the seed of the next day. You are planting wealth in the dark so that by morning it can sprout. So I challenge you, do this for 3 midnights. Don't break the chain. Don't explain it away. Just declare. And after the 3rd night, listen, watch, expect. You will feel it, a shift, a sign, a crack in the wall of old belief. And from that crack, your new life will pour through. Now that the word has been spoken, now that the law has been taught, now that your mouth has been trained and your midnight has been claimed, I speak to your soul one final time, and I say this with the fire of heaven. If you say it every time, it will never run out. Do not ask how. Do not look around for signs before speaking. The sign is your voice. The miracle is your word. The wealth begins the moment you stop narrating lack and start declaring truth. You have walked long enough in cycles of fear. You have danced with just enough. You have shaken hands with almost. But I tell you today, you are not the child of chance. You are the child of law. And what you say when said in alignment with truth becomes flesh. If every time you get paid you declare, this is divine supply in motion, it multiplies under grace now. If every time you spend, you say, what I release returns 7-fold. I am blessed in giving and receiving. If every time doubt creeps in, you answer with, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. If every time you look at your finances, you breathe out, this is not my limit, this is my launch, then you will rise above the statistics, above the economy, above the news, the budget, the spreadsheet. You will not just have money, you will command money. And more importantly, money will obey. It will seek you, it will stay with you. It will return to you with friends. It will serve your divine assignment. It will no longer be your master. It will be your tool. But hear me, this is not about greed. This is not about vanity. This is about vibration. This is about alignment with divine abundance. This is about proving once and for all that heaven lacks nothing, and neither do you. You do not speak this word to manipulate the universe. You speak it to agree with it, to come into resonance with its generosity, to be as rich in faith as you are in inheritance. From now on, your money is not silent, it echoes. Your wallet is not empty, it testifies. Your transactions are not mundane, they are miraculous. Because you have remembered your role, you are the speaker of supply, the channel of increase, the steward of overflow. And every time you get paid, you will not curse the amount, you will consecrate it. You will say, this is the visible sign of invisible wealth. It is sacred, it is multiplying, it is mine by divine right. And you will never see money the same again. So I leave you with this. Say it every time. Declare it before emotion interferes. Proclaim it when you don't feel like it. Announce it when the numbers say otherwise. Speak it at the peak. Speak it in the valley. Speak it with no reason other than it is true. And the law will do what it always does. It will bring to pass what your mouth has made room for. Your days of lack are over. Because your word has gone before you. Because the gate has been opened. Because you have finally remembered. I am the wealth of God in expression. It is done. Speak again. Now, beloved soul, I give you a sequence to speak, not once, but as a rhythm, as a drumbeat, as the final vibration that seals this message in the marrow of your being. You have heard the law, you have heard the truth, but it is the spoken word that activates it. Say these aloud with me now. Do not whisper, do not rush. Let your voice become the staff that parts the sea. Let your breath carry the codes of heaven. Repeat after me. Every time I get paid, I declare my wealth expands. Every dollar I receive is divine energy, blessed, increasing, and returning. My wallet is never empty again. My bank account overflows. I do not chase money. I magnetize it. I speak life into every transaction. I bless what enters and exits. I do not spend in fear. I circulate in faith. My words are wealth. My declarations are deposits. I am the open gate of divine supply. I am the steward of overflow. I am the priest of provision. I am not trying, I am commanding. Every payment is proof that I am trusted with more. Now declare this final word 3 times, with your whole soul. Every time I get paid, I get multiplied. Every time I get paid, I get multiplied. Every time I get paid, I get multiplied. Let it be done. Let it be sealed. Let it be performed. The angels have heard. The field has shifted. The law is already working. Go now and speak every time you receive, and you will never lack again, not because of the amount, but because you finally learned to bless it. Your tongue is your treasury. Your word is your wealth. Say it every time, and it will never run out. Amen. If this word has touched you, if something inside you stirred when you spoke, if a door opened in your spirit, if your mind has been rewired to expect more, I invite you now, not to scroll away, but to return. Return to this channel. Return to this voice. Return to the law. Let this space be your sanctuary of truth. Let this be the temple where your wealth consciousness is restored again and again. If your spirit was fed, if your identity was awakened, if the declarations stirred something ancient and divine within you, then subscribe, not as a habit, but as a covenant. Comment below and speak your word aloud. Write it for the world to see. Speak it so others may agree with you in faith. Say in the comments, I speak only what I wish to multiply. Lack has no law over me. I am the steward of divine supply. Speak it boldly, speak it clearly, and know this, as you do, your word begins working immediately. I will be here, every day, every week, lifting the veil, breaking the spell, and reminding you who you are, a spiritual giant clothed in form, commanding wealth with every syllable. So return often, speak daily, and let every video be a new declaration of who you've now become. Until next time, walk in the word, live in the law, multiply everything with your mouth. It is done.
Before you ever asked for wealth, it was already written in your soul. Long before you learned to count money, to chase opportunity, or to fear not having enough, your spirit already knew it would be provided for. You didn't come here to earn abundance. You came here to remember it. There is an ancient part of you, deep beneath the worry, beneath the ambition, beneath the noise, that still remembers the feeling of being safe, rich, and whole. It remembers what it was like to trust the divine flow so deeply that you never once questioned if you'd be taken care of. That memory still lives in you. It's buried beneath years of striving and surviving, but it never died. And tonight, we awaken it. You see, wealth isn't something you chase. It's a vibration you recall. It's the sound of your soul remembering who it really is. When you remember, you stop working from panic and start creating from power. When you remember, money no longer feels like something outside of you. It feels like something flowing through you. For you were never meant to beg for it. You were meant to speak to it. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "There is a supply for every demand." But she didn't mean supply comes only when you try hard enough. She meant it already exists, waiting for you to match its frequency. Every time you say, "I am provided for," you open a door in your memory. Every time you bless your finances with faith instead of fear, you awaken that ancient record, the one written in golden ink that says, "This soul is abundantly cared for." Beloved, you are not learning how to manifest. You are remembering how to align. The real work is not in doing more. It's in undoing the forgetfulness that told you lack was normal. There was a time you trusted life so completely that you never doubted your worth. That is the version of you the universe still recognizes. That is the vibration heaven responds to. So tonight, I'm not asking you to create anything new. I'm inviting you to come home to the part of your spirit that already knows the truth. Because everything you're praying for, every miracle, every dollar, every open door, is already recorded in your divine memory. You simply forgot. And the moment you remember, everything begins to return. There's a reason certain words feel like they resonate deep in your chest. It's because they're not new to you. They are ancient. They are written in the same spiritual DNA that built worlds. When you hear phrases like "under grace" or "divine right," your soul recognizes its language. It stirs. It nods. It says, "Yes, I know this." That feeling, that peace, is not inspiration. It's remembrance. You've tried earning, striving, forcing and proving. Now try remembering. Try sitting quietly and saying, "I am already provided for." Feel how that changes your breathing. Feel how your body relaxes, as if it knows you just spoke truth. That is how you access divine supply, not by chasing, but by choosing to recall. Florence said, "Man's word sets in motion unseen forces." And your word tonight is remember. Every time you speak in faith, the old fear dissolves a little more. Every time you affirm abundance, the old memory awakens. And soon, the current of divine wealth begins to flow through your life again. Not because you worked for it, but because you remembered it belongs to you. Beloved, this is not about learning. It is about awakening. You are not a student of prosperity. You are its evidence. You are not discovering new truths. You are rediscovering forgotten ones. And as you sit here now, your energy is already changing. You may feel warmth or peace, or even tears rising. That is the soul remembering what it feels like to be whole again. The struggle was never about money. It was about memory. And tonight, you begin to remember who you truly are, a divine being, infinitely supplied, forever connected to Source. So close your eyes for a moment. Whisper softly, "I remember who I am." Again, "I remember who I am." You don't have to fight for wealth. You don't have to chase success. You only have to remember the truth you were born with, that you are one with the infinite flow, that you are supplied, protected, guided, and blessed beyond measure. And that wealth is not something you will one day earn. It's something you are remembering now. And as you remember, the flow begins. Every soul enters this world with a plan, a sacred blueprint etched in divine intelligence. Nothing in your life is random. Not your desires, not your gifts, not even your hunger for more. All of it was written before time began. In that heavenly design, wealth was never meant to be earned. It was meant to be remembered. Before you were born, your soul said, "I will walk the path of abundance." It chose this experience not to prove its worth, but to rediscover its power. Your prosperity was placed into your story long before you took your first breath. You see, God never sends a soul to earth without its supply. The blueprint for your wealth travels with you. Invisible, but exact. Like a hidden map inside your spirit, it waits to be read again. But over time, you learned fear. You were taught scarcity. You were told that money comes only through struggle, that success belongs to a chosen few. And so, you forgot. But the forgetting never erased the truth. It only covered it. Your divine supply didn't disappear. It simply became dormant, waiting for you to awaken to it again. That is why certain dreams never leave you. That's why no matter how much you've failed, something inside still whispers, "There's more." Because your blueprint cannot be deleted. It can only be remembered. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "There is a supply for every demand." That means your desire for wealth is proof that its supply already exists. If it were not written for you, you could not even want it. Your longing is evidence of a memory trying to return. So when you say, "I desire abundance," what you're really saying is, "I remember that I am meant for it." You are not asking the universe for something new. You are calling back what is already yours. Beloved, wealth is not a prize for hard work. It is the natural consequence of remembering who you are. It is your spirit recognizing its own reflection in form. When you stop trying to earn and start allowing yourself to recall, you align with the divine pattern that was always unfolding for you. Imagine your soul as a golden manuscript, written by infinite mind. Every chapter contains your blessings, your provisions, your opportunities. When you live in fear, the pages seem blank. But when you move in faith, the words start to reappear. That's what remembering does. It reveals what was never gone. Florence said, "Nothing stands between man and his highest good but fear." Fear blinds the eye of the soul. It makes you think the blueprint is lost. But faith, even a whisper of it, restores vision. It turns the invisible back into the inevitable. Say softly, "I now remember my divine design of wealth." Again, "I now remember my divine design of wealth." Every time you affirm this, light begins to return to your path. The people, ideas, and resources that were always meant for you begin to reappear. Not because they were gone, but because you can see again. That's what the blueprint does. It doesn't send wealth, it reveals wealth. And the moment you align with it, everything starts to feel different. The pressure fades. The panic quiets. You begin to realize that you were never behind. You were simply remembering at your own divine pace. Your supply was never late. It was waiting for recognition. Beloved, you do not have to beg for what was written in your soul. You only have to awaken to it. The blueprint knows your name. It knows your desires. It knows where to find you. It cannot miss you because it was made for you. So, when you feel doubt rise, say this truth: I am walking the path already designed for my abundance. Again. I am walking the path already designed for my abundance. Every step you take in faith unfolds more of the pattern. The moment you stop chasing, the map appears beneath your feet. Because the one who remembers doesn't run. They recognize. They see that every challenge was simply a doorway back to their divine script. And so tonight, allow yourself to remember. You don't have to understand how it works, only that it does. The same infinite mind that wrote galaxies also wrote your prosperity. And just as the stars never worry if they'll shine again, you never need to worry if your blessing will come. It's written. It's promised. It's yours. Whisper softly, I remember. Is written. My path is clear. My supply is unfolding now. Again with your whole heart, I remember. My wealth is written. My path is clear. My supply is unfolding now. Because the blueprint of abundance has never left you. It's simply been waiting for you to look up and recognize that you were born rich in spirit, destined for peace, and chosen to remember the wealth that was never lost, only forgotten. We live in a field of memory, a living, breathing intelligence that remembers everything ever spoken, felt, or believed. It is the divine mind that holds the record of every answered prayer, every act of faith, every forgotten blessing. This is where your wealth already lives. Not in a vault, not in a paycheck, but in vibration. The vibration that waits for you to remember it. Florence Scovel Shinn said, whatever man voices, he begins to attract. Your words are not just sound, they are coordinates that the field recognizes. Every time you speak faith, the field receives a signal. She remembers. And in that instant, unseen energy begins to move toward you. Ideas, people, and opportunities carrying the vibration of what you just spoke. You see, wealth doesn't start outside you. It starts as an echo in the unseen. Money is not the source. It is the symptom. The real wealth is memory. The moment you recall your truth, that supply has never been cut off. When you feel abundance within, the outer world simply mirrors that remembrance back to you. Beloved, you are constantly sending signals to the field. Your thoughts, your tone, your emotions. They all speak the language of energy. When you say, I am always provided for, heaven translates it instantly into experience. When you say, nothing ever works for me, the field replies, as you wish. That's how perfect the law is. It remembers for you exactly what you remember about yourself. So when Florence said, man's word is his wand, she meant it literally. You do not create with effort. You recall with energy. The wealthy do not chase. They remember their rhythm. They vibrate with the knowing that supply is constant, and so it cannot help but find them. Say softly, I am remembered by the universe. Again, I am remembered by the universe. Every time you say this, you awaken the energy that has been asleep in your aura. You begin to vibrate differently. Your body relaxes, your breath slows, and your heart begins to pulse in harmony with the field. That harmony is recognition. Your frequency saying to the universe, I am home. Beloved, nothing you have ever asked for is lost. Every desire, every prayer, every dream, they still exist as light forms in this divine field. They are simply waiting for your remembrance to activate them. It's not that your blessings are far away. It's that they are stored safely in higher memory, waiting for your alignment. When you remember, you retrieve. When you forget, you delay. Imagine standing in a great library made of golden light. Every shelf filled with scrolls, each one containing your answered prayers. Some are glowing, already fulfilled. Others are dim, waiting to be opened. You reach for one, and as your hand touches it, it lights up. Because your remembrance is the key that unlocks it. That is how the field works. It doesn't need you to struggle, it needs you to remember. Florence said, there is no loss in divine mind. That means even the opportunities you think you missed are still alive in potential form. The field doesn't forget what was promised to you. It simply holds it until you're ready to recall it. Every no you've heard, every delay you've experienced, none of them deleted your destiny. They were simply pauses, allowing your memory to catch up to your faith. Say softly, I remember my wealth. I remember my wholeness. Again. I remember my wealth. I remember my wholeness. I remember my way. The more you repeat it, the more your vibration stabilizes. You begin to feel rich before money arrives. You begin to feel peace before the outcome appears. That feeling is the manifestation. It is not what comes after faith. It is faith itself, made visible in emotion. Beloved, there is no force in the universe more magnetic than a soul that remembers. When you stand in that energy, the field responds like a mirror. It rushes to meet you because recognition is the law of love. Love between you and the infinite. You don't earn wealth through exhaustion. You recall it through peace. The moment you calm down, you sink back to your original pattern, the one where you were already provided for. Your aura softens. Your frequency rises. And like a key turning in a lock, your remembrance opens every door that effort could not. Say softly, the field remembers me, and I remember the field. Again slowly, as if you're speaking directly to heaven. The field remembers me, and I remember the field. This is your reunion with divine supply. No striving, no fear, no lack, just remembrance. And the infinite law responding to that memory with love. There is only one reason a soul forgets its wealth. Fear blinds the memory of the spirit. It whispers lies that sound logical. You're behind. You're not enough. There isn't enough. And slowly, the voice of the divine gets drowned by the noise of survival. That's how the amnesia begins. You see, lack is never real. It is remembered fear. It is the residue of old experiences replaying in your vibration. It's not the absence of money. It's the absence of memory. When you forget that you are one with infinite supply, you begin to see the world through limitation. You believe the outer appearance more than the inner law. But the moment you remember truth, fear loses its voice. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Faith knows it has already received." That is the cure for spiritual amnesia. Not working harder, but remembering faster. Every time you say, "I don't have," you reinforce forgetting. Every time you say, "I am provided for," you restore your memory. Words are medicine. They rewrite the story your subconscious believes. Beloved, many of you were taught to associate money with guilt or shame. You were told wanting more makes you selfish, or that poverty is holy. But lack is not holy, it is unnatural. The divine cannot express fully through limitation. You were created to reflect abundance. Not because of greed, but because creation itself is generous. Flowers do not apologize for blooming. The ocean does not apologize for overflowing. Why then should you apologize for being supplied? When you believe you must suffer to deserve, you fall asleep to grace. But when you remember that grace is unearned and ever-flowing, your supply awakens again. Because grace is not a reward. It is a remembrance. It is the law of love saying, "You never lost anything. You simply forgot I was here." Say softly, "I now release the memory of lack." Again, "I now release the memory of lack." With every repetition, you cleanse the shadows in your energy field. The guilt, the worry, the unworthiness. They melt like frost under the warmth of truth. And beneath them, your original memory of abundance begins to shine again. That's why forgiveness is so powerful. It doesn't erase the past. It dissolves the emotional walls that block remembrance. Florence said, "No man is your enemy. No man is your friend. Every man is your teacher." So even those who made you feel unworthy of wealth were teachers, guiding you back to this realization that your worth never came from approval, work, or status. It came from spirit, and spirit has never forgotten who you are. Beloved, this is how you heal the amnesia of lack. You stop fighting shadows. You bless them and let them fade. Every time fear arises, you don't resist it. You remind it. You whisper, "I remember who I am." You speak gently to your doubt like a child who forgot her way home. You do not punish her. You guide her back to the light. Say softly, "I forgive myself for ever forgetting my divine supply." Again, "I forgive myself for ever forgetting my divine supply." Feel that peace moving through your chest. That's your memory returning. It is your soul exhaling after holding its breath for years. That's the moment when heaven says, "She remembers again." Fear may still knock, but it no longer enters. Because once you remember, fear loses authority. It can only haunt the one who forgets. But the one who remembers stands unshaken, calm, radiant, magnetic. That is how you become wealthy in spirit first. By remembering your safety in the source. And the most beautiful part. When you heal your memory, money follows effortlessly. Because now, it recognizes your vibration again. It feels safe to stay. Money is energy, and energy always seeks harmony. When you vibrate peace, prosperity rushes toward you to match that rhythm. Say softly, I am safe to receive. I am safe to remember. I am safe to prosper. Again slower, I am safe to receive. I am safe to remember. I am safe to prosper. You don't need to fix anything. You only need to remember what was true before fear began speaking. That you are supplied. That you are loved. That the universe has never taken anything from you. It has only waited for you to recall your inheritance. And now that you remember, the amnesia is gone. The veil has lifted. The river of wealth can flow again. Freely, peacefully, joyfully. Because the soul has returned to its memory of truth. That abundance was never outside of you. And it was never earned. It was simply forgotten until now. There is a sound that heaven remembers. It is not loud. It is not desperate. It is the sound of faith, steady, peaceful, and sure. When you speak from that place, the universe does not hesitate. It moves. Because your voice is not just sound. It is vibration. And vibration is memory made audible. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Your word is your wand." But most people have forgotten the magic in their words. They speak carelessly, repeating the language of fear, rehearsing stories of lack, and then they wonder why their world echoes back confusion. Every word you speak is a seed. When you speak faith, you plant remembrance. When you speak doubt, you plant delay. Heaven can only water what you plant. Beloved, you were never meant to plead for wealth. You were meant to command it. Not from ego, but from remembrance. Because the moment your voice carries the tone of knowing, heaven recognizes you again. It hears the sound of its own creation returning. That's why certain affirmations feel powerful. Not because of the words alone, but because your soul remembers their frequency. They match your original design. Say softly now, I speak only words that awaken my divine supply. Again, I speak only words that awaken my divine supply. Your voice has power not because of volume, but because of vibration. It doesn't need to be shouted to be heard. It only needs to be spoken from peace. When your words and your energy agree, your decree becomes law. The universe bends toward harmony, and your world begins to reorganize around the sound of your truth. Florence said, "A man's word sets in motion unseen forces. Those forces respond to tone, not tension. They respond to calm, not panic. If your voice trembles with worry, they wait. But if your voice vibrates with assurance, they rush forward to obey." That's why the wealthy speak differently. They don't speak from need. They speak from knowing. Their tone is quiet but certain. The sound of remembrance, not request. When they say, I always have enough, they are not wishing. They are reminding. They are aligning. And heaven echoes, yes, you do. Beloved, when you speak, imagine your words as light leaving your lips. Golden, alive, intelligent. Each word travels through the field, carrying your signature of faith. It moves through time and space until it finds its destination. The perfect circumstance that matches your decree. And when it finds it, it attaches, multiplies, and returns to you in physical form. That is how the law of the spoken word works. So guard your speech as you would guard your breath. Speak only what you wish to recall. If you do not wish to relive fear, do not voice it. If you wish to live abundance, speak it daily, not with strain, but with softness. Whisper if you must, but let your whisper carry the energy of truth. Say this gently. My words remember who I am. Again. My words remember who I am. Every time you speak like this, you reprogram your vibration. You restore the sound of heaven within your body. Your voice becomes a tuning fork that calls your supply back home. This is why Florence called the spoken word the bridge between the invisible and the visible. It connects the unseen law to the seen result. It turns remembrance into manifestation. Beloved, even silence can speak when your heart is aligned. If your thoughts are pure, even a sigh becomes a prayer. Because the divine hears intention more clearly than noise. So when you can't find the right words, simply breathe and remember. Your energy is already speaking for you. Say softly now, every word I speak restores my abundance. Again, slower. Every word I speak restores my abundance. And as you say this, listen. Truly listen. Can you feel the sound in your body? That warmth, that stillness? That soft expansion in your chest? That is the vibration of remembrance. That is your soul awakening to its original frequency of wealth. Florence said, man's words are containers for power. So fill them wisely. Fill them with gratitude, with confidence, with expectation. Let your voice sound like faith, even before evidence arrives. And when it does, your words will recognize it, because they created it. You don't need to shout at the universe. You only need to harmonize with it. Because heaven doesn't respond to noise. It responds to remembrance. So tonight, when you speak, speak as one who already knows. Let every word you utter sound like a door opening, like light returning, like peace remembering itself. And as your words travel outward, they will find their reflection and return to you multiplied. Proof that the sound of remembering has been heard. Somewhere beyond sight, beyond time, there is a divine record, a sacred book written by infinite mind. In it are inscribed every blessing, every opportunity, every resource that belongs to you by divine right. It cannot be erased. It cannot be stolen. It cannot be delayed beyond its perfect hour. This record is the eternal memory of your abundance. Florence Scovel Shinn said, man cannot lose anything that belongs to him by divine right, nor can he keep anything that is not his. That means your wealth is already written, not as a possibility, but as a promise. The divine record is not waiting to be filled, it is waiting to be remembered. Beloved, this is why prayer works. Not because you are convincing God to give, but because you are remembering what was already given. Every affirmation you speak, every vision you hold, is a way of turning the pages of that record again. The moment you align with peace, the ink glows. The moment you feel gratitude, the words rise. And suddenly, the blessings that were invisible begin to appear in form. Imagine now that before you is a great library made of gold and light. Shelves stretch endlessly in every direction. The air hums with a stillness so holy that even silence seems alive. You walk slowly, feeling guided toward one particular book. Radiant, shimmering, engraved with your name. You open it. Inside are the details of your divine supply. The people you will meet, the ideas that will prosper, the doors that will open, the wealth that will flow. Nothing here is random. Nothing is missing. It's all there, written in perfect order, under grace, in ways beyond your imagination. Florence said, "The game of life is a game of boomerangs. Man's thoughts, deeds, and words return to him sooner or later with astonishing accuracy. That is the divine record at work. It keeps perfect score, not to punish, but to remind. Whatever you send out, you will eventually meet again. So when you send faith, it writes faith in your ledger. When you send fear, it writes delay. And when you remember truth, it rewrites your whole story in light. Say softly, I return now to my divine record of abundance. Again, I return now to my divine record of abundance. You don't need to earn entry into this record. It has never closed. It simply waited for your recognition. And every time you remember your worth, you turn another page. Every time you bless what you have, you open another paragraph. Every time you forgive, you complete another sentence of peace. You are not reading your future. You are remembering your eternity. Beloved, even the blessings you thought were lost are still written there. The partnerships that didn't work, the jobs that slipped away, the chances you think you missed, they were not erased, only redirected. The divine record has no mistakes, only reroutes. Everything that is truly yours will circle back, not because of coincidence, but because it was never gone. It was simply waiting for your vibration to match the frequency of remembrance. Say softly, what is mine by divine right now finds me. Again, what is mine by divine right now finds me. The wealthy in spirit live by this truth. They don't chase the page. They become the author again. They align their thoughts and emotions with what is already written for them. And heaven begins to read the story aloud through their experience. That's what manifestation really is. Not creation, but revelation. Not asking for something new, but allowing what's already been promised to unfold. And the more you return to the divine record, the clearer your life becomes. Synchronicities increase. Opportunities align. Peace deepens. You feel guided because you are. You feel chosen because you are. You start to see that the divine ledger never forgot you. It has been speaking to you in symbols, all along in songs, in numbers, in whispers, in timing. Florence said, every thought of hate, envy, fear, or worry must be erased from the mind for perfect results. So let this be your practice of erasure. Not to empty yourself, but to clear space for what's written in gold, to shine through again. Because when you release what never belonged to you, guilt, lack, fear, the truth that always belonged to you returns effortlessly. Say softly now, I am aligned with the divine ledger of my abundance. Every good thing with my name on it comes to me now, under grace and in perfect ways. Again, slower. I am aligned with the divine ledger of my abundance. every good thing with my name on it comes to me. Now, under grace and in perfect ways. This is remembrance in its purest form. You are no longer searching the world for wealth. You are reading it within your own soul. You are tracing every line that Infinite Mind has written for you. And as you do, your outer world begins to echo that inner record. For the divine does not forget. It simply waits, patiently, lovingly, for you to remember what has always been true, that your name is already written in the book of abundance, that your supply has already been secured, and that the story of your wealth has already been written. In light, in grace, and in everlasting love. There comes a moment, beloved, when all striving ends. When you stop reaching outside yourself and finally remember. Everything you've been looking for has been here, all along. That moment is the great remembering. It is not a lesson you learn, it is a truth you awaken to. The great remembering is the return to your natural state. Abundance without fear, peace without proof, faith without struggle. It is the place where the soul no longer prays for supply, because it is supply. It no longer asks for miracles, because it is the miracle. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Man can only receive what he sees himself receiving." That is what remembering truly means. Seeing yourself as the divine already sees you. Complete, capable, richly blessed. You are not waiting to become wealthy. You are remembering that you already are. You are not trying to attract. You are aligning with what has always belonged to you. The great remembering feels like quiet recognition. No fireworks, no noise. Just a deep exhale, as if your spirit whispers, "Of course. I knew this all along." It's the peace that comes when the searching stops. It's the relief that arrives when you realize the door was never locked. You simply forgot you held the key. Say softly, "I remember. I have always been supplied." Again, I remember. I have always been supplied. Every time you repeat these words, you dissolve another layer of illusion. The illusion that you are separate from Source, that you must earn what is already given. The great remembering is the dissolving of separation. It is you and the infinite becoming one again in awareness. Florence said, "Man's word is his wand filled with magic and power." Your words tonight have not been requests. They have been keys, unlocking the doors that forgetfulness had closed. You have spoken yourself awake, and heaven has heard every syllable. Beloved, the wealthy are not the ones who have more. They are the ones who remember faster. They walk through life knowing that abundance flows where peace resides. They don't compete, they connect. They don't chase, they command. They don't fear time. They flow with divine timing. Because when you remember your oneness with the infinite, time serves you. Opportunities arrive on schedule. People appear without effort. Money moves through your hands like light through glass. Natural, graceful, unblocked. Say softly, "I am one with the infinite flow." Again, I am one with the infinite flow. In this state of remembrance, gratitude becomes your natural language. You no longer thank God for what is coming. You thank Him for what already is. That is the highest form of prayer. when you say, "Thank you." You are affirming that the blessing has already been received, and heaven, hearing the sound of faith, multiplies it immediately. Florence said, "Gratitude is the law of increase." So begin and end each day with remembrance and gratitude. Before sleep, whisper softly, "I remember who I am. I remember whose I am. I remember that I am supplied." And as you wake, whisper again, "I am grateful. For my divine supply unfolds before me this day." Do you feel that peace settling into your chest? That is your proof. That calm, that lightness. That's the vibration of abundance. That is the frequency of remembrance. You don't need to chase wealth anymore. You don't need to pray in fear or force manifestation through effort. You only need to stay in remembrance. Because remembrance is the highest frequency of faith. It's not the voice that says, "Please." It's the voice that says, "Thank you." It's the vibration that tells heaven, "I know who I am again." And the moment heaven hears that tone, everything that belongs to you starts moving. Faster. Closer. Say softly, "As I remember, all things return to me." Again, as I remember, all things return to me. Florence said, "Nothing stands between man and his highest good but fear." And fear is just forgetfulness wearing a mask. So when fear appears, do not fight it, remind it. Say to it, "I remember the truth now." And watch how quickly it disappears. Because light does not argue with darkness. It simply shines. And you, beloved, are light. You were never meant to struggle to be blessed. You were meant to remember that you already are. Your wealth has always been within your vibration, waiting for you to awaken to it. Every dollar, every opportunity, every miracle that bears your name is not being created. It is being recalled. It is being drawn back by the magnetism of remembrance. So tonight, as your heart softens and your mind rests, know this: you are safe, you are loved, you are guided, and everything that belongs to you, by divine right, is already on its way. Not because you worked for it, but because you remembered it. Say softly now your final decree. I remember my divine wealth. I remember my perfect supply. I remember my oneness with infinite spirit. I remember that all I seek is already mine. And as I remember, I receive, under grace, in perfect ways. Again, slower, with your whole heart. I remember my divine wealth. I remember my perfect supply. I remember my oneness with infinite spirit. I remember that all I seek is already mine. And as I remember, I receive, under grace, in perfect ways. Now be still. The remembrance is complete. The portal of supply is open. You have returned to the vibration of your original truth. And from this moment forward, you no longer live as a seeker of wealth. You live as the remembrance of it. Because wealth was never something to earn. It was always something to remember. And so it is.
There is a universal law that governs your entire reality, and it is activated every time you touch money. What does your body do when a bill arrives in your inbox? Does your breath catch? Does a quiet tension coil in your stomach? Does your jaw tighten? What happens in your heart when you stand at the checkout, card in hand? Is there a flicker of anxiety, a subtle clenching deep inside, a silent, lightning-fast calculation of loss? These are not small, insignificant moments. They are not neutral. They are prayers. And every prayer is answered. The question is, what have you been praying for? The world has taught you that money is a thing to be managed, a cold, hard number, a tool separate from your spirit, earned through struggle and lost through carelessness. It has taught you that your value is tied to your effort, your productivity, your hustle. And that is the great deception. The lie that keeps you running on a treadmill of striving, forever feeling like you are not doing enough, not good enough, not worthy enough. I am here to tell you the truth. Money is not a dead thing. It is not paper or metal or digital code. It is living energy. It is divine substance in visible form. And it is a servant. Think of it this way. Inside of you, at the core of your being, is the Queen. This is your true self, your spirit, your divine consciousness. The Queen's only job is to decide what she desires, to feel the reality of it, and to speak it into being. Then there is the subconscious mind. The subconscious is the kingdom's loyal and powerful prime minister. It has no opinions, no judgments, and no sense of humor. Its only function is to listen to the Queen's every decree, spoken and unspoken, and mobilize the entire kingdom to make it so. It hears your feelings, your deep-seated beliefs, and your repeated words as direct, legal commands. Money, then, is simply one of the kingdom's resources. It is a loyal emissary that goes where the prime minister, your subconscious, sends it. It listens not to your labor, but to the deep, quiet rhythm of your belief. It responds not to your worry, but to the unwavering command of your word, which is the voice of the Queen. Florence Scovel Shinn, a woman who understood this inner kingdom with profound clarity, taught that faith is the substance of things hoped for, that our word, spoken with conviction, is the spiritual mold that impresses itself upon the loyal subconscious, which then shapes our world. She knew that what you feel in your heart and speak with your lips becomes the blueprint that reality has no choice but to build. And this is where the heartbreak happens for so many beautiful, powerful women. You have been trained to speak a language of lack while holding the very evidence of supply. You touch a dollar bill, a perfect symbol of infinite substance, and you whisper, "There's never enough." And the loyal prime minister hears, "Command received, never enough." Mobilize the kingdom to create scarcity. You swipe your card for groceries, an act of nourishing your body, and you feel the phantom pain of depletion. And the subconscious hears, "Command received, spending is loss." Mobilize the kingdom to ensure all spending feels painful and leads to more loss. You see a friend's beautiful new home and feel a pang of envy mixed with a sigh of, "I could never afford that." And the subconscious hears, "Command received, she is not worthy of that reality." Mobilize all forces to keep beautiful homes out of her reach. You look at your bank account and declare, "I'm always struggling." And then you wonder why the struggle persists, why the river of abundance seems to flow everywhere but to your door. You are a queen, issuing decrees for poverty, and then weeping when her loyal kingdom brings her exactly what she commanded. You are performing a sacred ritual in reverse. You are holding the scepter of a queen, but using it to beg like a pauper. You are standing in a garden, but cursing the soil and wondering why nothing grows. But listen to me now. Hear this in the deepest part of your being. This is not a criticism. This is your coronation. This is the moment you awaken to the power you have been wielding all along. You see, this law of belief is always working. You are already a master of this law. The question has never been if you are a creator. The only question is what you have been creating. Every anxious thought, every fearful word, every pang of guilt, that has been you, using your divine power to command lack into existence. It is as if you are standing in a room with a light switch in your hand. For years, you have been unknowingly flipping it down, plunging your reality into the dim light of scarcity. In that gloom, you have tried to navigate with great effort, bumping into furniture, stumbling over obstacles, believing that struggle is the nature of the room. You've worked harder, tried to be smarter, but all within the suffocating confines of the darkness you yourself were commanding. But today, you become aware of the switch. You realize that the power to flood the entire room with brilliant, warm, unwavering light has been in your hand the whole time. You are not broken. You are not being punished. You have simply been a master creator, unaware of your own mastery. But before you learn to flip that switch with unshakable intention, we must first disarm the invisible thief that stands guard at the gate of your good. This thief is more cunning than doubt, more stubborn than fear. It is guilt. Guilt about wanting more. Guilt about having when others have less. A deep, inherited shame that whispers that to be spiritual, you must be small. That to be a good woman, you must not desire riches. This is the most subtle and venomous lie of all. It is the anchor that will hold you in place, even when your words are commanding you to sail. For even if your lips speak of abundance, a heart heavy with guilt will silently, stubbornly refuse to receive it. It will sabotage your success, push away opportunities, and ensure that any money that does come in leaves just as quickly. You may hear a voice whisper, "Who am I to have so much?" Or, "It's not fair that I should have this when others are suffering." Let us answer that lie with the thunder of truth. The universe does not operate on a fixed pie. Your gain is not another's loss. Your wealth does not create another's poverty. In fact, the opposite is true. The divine mind knows no scarcity. When you align with abundance, you are not taking from the whole. You are expanding the whole. You become a channel, a conduit through which more of God's good can flow into the world. Your poverty does not make another person rich. Your struggle does not bring another person peace. Your playing small does not empower anyone. Your abundance, however, used in love and circulated with joy, blesses everyone it touches. It allows you to give more freely, to create opportunities for others, to be a living, breathing testimony that this law is real and available to all. Your wealth is a sacred service, so you must cleanse yourself of this false humility right now. Let us speak this truth into your very bones. Place a hand on your heart and say this with me, letting the vibration dissolve every chain of guilt. It is my divine right to prosper. My wealth is a blessing to the world. I release all guilt now and receive my infinite good with grace. Feel that. Your desire for more is not selfish. It is the voice of life itself, seeking fuller, grander expression through you. Honor it, and from this new place of clean, guilt-free worthiness, you are now ready to command your world. Your new ritual begins now. It is a complete path of sacred practice for every moment of your day. First, the threefold path for every transaction. 1. The sacred pause. And next time you are about to pay for something, pause, just for a breath. Feel the old story. Feel the knot in your solar plexus, the tightening in your jaw, the shallow breath. Do not judge it. Simply witness it with the compassion of a wise mother. This is the old program running. In this pause, you reclaim your power from the unconscious reaction. You bring the light of awareness to the shadow. 2. The divine reversal. In that pause, you will speak a new law into being, a command, not a request. A request comes from a place of lack, admitting you do not have it. A command comes from a place of authority, knowing it is already yours by right. Whether whispered aloud or declared with fierce intention in your heart. You will replace the fear with a declaration of truth. You will speak as the queen of your own reality. When you are releasing money, paying a bill, or giving, say this: "This money is a seed of my infinite supply. It is divine substance that cannot be depleted. I release it with joy, and I command it to return to me multiplied, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." When you are receiving money, a paycheck, a gift, even a found coin, say this: "I receive this as proof of God's limitless abundance. My world is now flooded with glorious supply. I am a divine channel, and my channels are clear, open, and overflowing. I give thanks." 3. The embodied knowing. This is where the magic is sealed. After you speak, you must feel the truth of it. Walk away from the checkout counter with your shoulders back. Feel the warmth of the coffee cup in your hands, not as a cost, but as a luxury you are worthy of. When you pay your rent, feel the gratitude for the shelter and safety it provides, knowing that your source is infinite. Receive the compliment, the gift, the payment, with a simple, open-hearted thank you, without deflecting or minimizing. This is not pretending. This is aligning your body's vibration to the new decree you have just issued. Next, we establish the sacred rhythm for the gates of your day. Your subconscious mind, that loyal prime minister, is most receptive when the veil between the worlds is thinnest. This happens in the drowsy, dreamlike states just before you fall asleep and just as you awaken. In these moments, your mind is like fertile, damp earth, ready to receive a seed. During the busy day, it can be like hard, sun-baked clay, resistant to new ideas. Therefore, you will guard these gates with holy intention. The evening blessing. Before you close your eyes at night, let this be the last vibration in your mind. This is not just a platitude. You are giving your subconscious its marching orders for the night. You are instructing it to work on your behalf while you rest. Speak this sentence aloud: "I release all worry to the night. While I sleep, the law of increase is working for me, rearranging circumstances and opening unseen channels. I rest in perfect peace, knowing I will awaken to my overflowing good." The morning anointing. Before you reach for your phone, before the world's noise and other people's emergencies can rush in, greet your day with law. As your feet touch the floor, you are setting the energetic keynote for the next 24 hours. Speak this into the fresh light of morning. Good morning, God. I declare that this day, unexpected channels of abundance open to me. My supply is instant, constant, and lavish. I am divinely guided in all my ways. And I walk in a sea of financial peace. Now, as you begin to live this new rhythm, you must be prepared for the shift. It may feel strange, it may feel like a lie, and the outer world may not change overnight. This is the moment where most people give up. Do not be one of them. The discomfort you feel is the sign of your absolute success. Imagine a sculptor with a block of marble. At first, all you see is dust and hear the jarring sound of the chisel. It looks like destruction, not creation. It is messy and loud. But the master sculptor, your higher self, is not destroying the stone. She is revealing the masterpiece that was always waiting within it. Your old reality of lack is that rough stone. Your new words are the chisel. Be patient with the process of revelation. When you speak your new truth and your bank account still reflects the old story, do not falter. Understand that the law has heard you. In the invisible realm, substance is now being gathered. People, opportunities, and ideas are being rearranged to fulfill your decree. There is a divine timing to all manifestation. The seed needs time to germinate in the dark before it breaks through the soil. Your job is to keep watering it with your faith and your words, and not dig it up every 5 minutes to see if it's working. You are not broken, and you do not need to be fixed. You are a powerful creator who is simply remembering the language of her own kingdom. You are waking up from the amnesia of lack and reclaiming your spiritual inheritance. The power is not in the money. It is in the mind and the mouth that directs it. So, I invite you now to make a conscious choice, to step out of the silent agreement with scarcity and into a vocal covenant with abundance. To stop being a victim of your finances and start being the sovereign voice that governs them. The journey begins with a single, intentional declaration. Anchor this decision in your being right now. Go to the comments and write, with purpose and with power, these words. I am the voice my money obeys. Let that be your stake in the ground, your flag planted firmly in the new territory of your abundance, a signal to the universe, and more importantly, to your own subconscious mind, that the old reign of fear is over. And now, stand in this new power. A full and complete transformation has taken place. You are no longer the woman who fews her bills. You are the woman who blesses them as seeds of return. You are no longer the woman who feels unworthy of wealth. You are the woman who knows her prosperity is a sacred service to the world. You are no longer waiting for abundance to happen to you. You are the sacred source from which it flows, the calm center of your ever-expanding good. Your supply is sure. Your word is law, and your wealth, visible and invisible, is unfolding now, in this moment, and in all the moments to come. Walk forward in this knowing, and so it is.
Let us still the noise of the outer world, and enter now the silence, the sacred inner temple where all power resides. Breathe deeply. Inhale the breath of spirit pure, perfect and divine. Exhale all fear, all doubt, all disbelief. Let it melt away like morning mist under the light of truth. Close your eyes now and see before you a great golden door. Upon this door are engraved the words, Divine Supply, Unlimited and Unfailing. This is the entrance to the infinite storehouse. You do not knock, you know. You do not beg, you believe. The door swings open because you are expected. You are not a stranger to wealth, you are its rightful heir. In the silence I speak the word of truth. God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. I walk in the light of divine riches now. I am one with the law that multiplies and manifests. Visualize now your lottery numbers. See them with clarity. These are not numbers of chance, they are symbols of divine order. The universe does not gamble. The universe arranges. What the world calls luck, divine intelligence calls perfect timing. You are not wishing, you are receiving. You are not hoping, you are claiming. You are not chasing. Money is flowing to you joyfully, easily, and without resistance. Now speak within. Every dollar I desire is already mine in substance and in truth. I align with the winning vibration of wealth, joy, and divine increase. The channels of supply open to me now, in expected and unexpected ways. Feel it now deep in your spirit. The feeling of already having won. See the ticket in your hand, see the number flash on the screen, hear the announcement in your favor. Know the joy, the gratitude, the stillness of certainty. Let this feeling anchor in your heart. It is done. It is finished. It is manifesting in divine order, divine timing, and divine ease. There is no competition in spirit. What is mine cannot be taken. What is for me is drawn to me. No delay, no denial, only divine delivery. Stay here. in this radiant silence for a few more sacred moments. Breathe in abundance. Breathe out all limitation. And when you are ready, return gently. Open your eyes knowing you are a magnetic center for miracles, for money, for manifestation. The lottery is but one way. God is the source. And you are now aligned with the source of all that is good. Amen. So it is. It is done. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Let the world dissolve around you. You are no longer in a room, you are in the realm of divine imagination. You are not waiting for something to happen, you are causing it to happen by aligning with eternal truth. In this sacred silence, you begin to see not with the outer eye, but with the inner one. You begin to visualize what is already true in spirit. You begin to create the picture that your subconscious will follow without question. For the mind does not manifest what you wish, it manifests what you see and feel as real. Allow yourself now to step into the vision. See the lottery ticket in your hand. See the numbers printed on it clearly. Your numbers. The numbers that carry your vibration, your energy, your divine timing. You are not choosing randomly, you are aligning with what is already yours. Feel your fingers hold the paper. Feel the excitement already rising. The ticket isn't just paper, it's the symbol of your trust, your expectation, your connection to the unseen forces of good. Now, see the moment you check the results. Watch the numbers appear one by one and they match. Your heart skips. Not in surprise, but in deep knowing. This is the moment your faith meets form. You whisper, "Of course," because you have seen this scene before in the quiet of your soul, in the rehearsal room of spirit. The outer world is simply catching up with what you have already claimed in the invisible. Hold this vision, don't rush, don't doubt. See the smiles on the faces of those you love as you share the joy. See yourself signing the check, receiving the call, standing in gratitude. See it all not as fantasy, but as fact in the spiritual realm. Every detail matters, every feeling counts. The universe responds to a vivid, emotional blueprint, and this vision is your blueprint. You are not trying to make it happen. You are letting it happen because you see it so completely that there is no room for fear. Feel the joy. Feel the peace. Feel the absolute certainty. It's not a distant dream, it's a current reality taking shape. Your subconscious mind is receiving this as instruction. It is filing it away as truth. And it will now move the heavens and the earth to make it so. Because that is how divine law works, it obeys belief. It follows clarity, and it fulfills what is clearly held in faith. You do not need to ask over and over again. You only need to see it, feel it, and rest in it. See it so vividly that when it arrives you greet it like an old friend. There is no shock in answered prayer, only sweet confirmation. Now speak inwardly. I see it now. I live it now. I receive it now. Let this be your mantra. I see it now. I live it now. I receive it now. You are not watching the dream, you are walking in it. You are not a stranger to wealth, you are its expression. You are not separate from winning, you are the embodiment of it. As you hold this vision, you become magnetic, not because of effort, but because of certainty, not because of chance, but because of choice. And as this vision roots itself deeply in your spirit, something else begins to happen. You feel the urge to speak it, not to share it with others, but to affirm it within yourself, because what you see must be spoken, and what is spoken must be felt, and what is felt must manifest. The word is the next step. The spoken word will build the bridge between the inner and the outer, between the image and the income. You are now ready to speak as one who has already won. You are now ready to declare your truth into the ethers, to command your reality with boldness and reverence. Your voice is next. Your word is power. Your tongue is the wand. And now that you've seen it, it is time to speak it into existence. You have seen it. You have walked through the vision. You have lived it in your imagination so deeply that it now feels familiar to your soul. The next sacred act is to give voice to what your spirit already knows. The universe responds not just to images, but to sound, to vibration, to the spoken word wrapped in faith. Now, in this stillness, you rise from silent seeing to sacred speaking. For what is declared with conviction begins to shape the very matter of your world. Let your voice carry the truth, not a hope, not a plea, but a knowing. Say now, not with desperation, but with divine assurance, I am the winner. The money is mine. The winning ticket has found its rightful owner, and I am that owner. Speak these words slowly. Let them echo in the chambers of your subconscious. You are not trying to convince the world, you are commanding your reality from the place of spiritual authority. You are not asking permission, you are claiming what has always belonged to you in the mind of God. Say it again. I am the winner. Not someday, not maybe, but now. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. You are not begging the law to work, you are activating it with your word. For every word spoken in faith is a key, and when you speak from the vibration of already having, you unlock doors that were never really closed, only waiting for your frequency to match. Feel the tone of your voice shift. You are no longer speaking as a seeker, you are speaking as a receiver. The energy behind your words is calm, certain, unwavering. You no longer say, I hope I win. You say, thank you for my win. Because gratitude is the language of fulfillment. Speak as one who has already been paid. Walk as one who has already been celebrated. Move as one who is no longer searching, but simply preparing to receive. And now speak from the deepest part of your knowing. I have received my divine inheritance. I walk in abundance. I live in the overflow. Money flows to me in ways seen and unseen, expected and unexpected. The universe delights in surprising me with its generosity. Say it with the joy of one whose harvest is ripe, with the conviction of one who knows the soil, the sun, and the rain have already done their work. Your words now become a creative force. They leave your lips and take form. They do not float aimlessly, they move with purpose, drawing to you the people, the events, the alignments that match your declaration. Every time you speak in the vibration of already won, you are accelerating your manifestation. You are sending out a spiritual decree, and the universe cannot ignore it. It is law. It is sacred. It must return to you multiplied. You no longer entertain phrases like, what if I don't win? That frequency is too low for the heights you now walk. You only speak from the mountaintop of victory. You speak what is in harmony with your vision. I am rich. I am chosen. I am aligned. I am ready. These are your daily words. This is your sacred speech. And now, as your word becomes one with your image, something inside you softens. There is no more striving, no more tension, only trust. because the energy of your speech reflects the energy of fulfillment. It is no longer a request, it is a celebration. And in that celebration, your vibration rises. It climbs to the place where manifestation is effortless, where wealth is not chased, but drawn, where outcomes are not forced, but flowed. From this place of speaking truth, your heart begins to open even more to a deeper feeling, to a higher knowing. You are no longer trying to get anything. You are now feeling everything. And this feeling is your next doorway. This fulfilled energy becomes your invitation to the next dimension of creation, the place where gratitude and joy begin to shape your very atmosphere. You have spoken the word. Now it is time to feel the result. And now, you enter the sacred chamber of feeling the living current beneath the words. You have seen the vision with clarity. You have spoken the truth with authority. And now, you must feel it with all the depth of your being. For it is not the asking that draws it, in it is the feeling of already having. The energy of fulfillment is the magnet, and this moment is your initiation into it. Breathe deeply, and as you exhale, release every trace of doubt. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let the tension around effort melt away. There is no need to push or pull. You are not outside the dream, you are inside it. Begin now to feel what it would feel like to win it as a fantasy, but as a lived truth. Imagine the stillness that comes after the numbers are called, and they match your own. Let that stillness take root. It is not chaos. It is not panic. It is a soft, divine knowing. An inner whisper that says, "Of course it was mine." Feel the peace, the calm joy that washes over you when you realize you are no longer striving. You are receiving. You are standing in the center of a life that has changed not by chance, but by consciousness. You are not shocked. You are not unsure. You are safe in the moment. You are covered by grace. You feel the gentle hum of alignment in every cell. That hum is the sound of divine timing fulfilled. Let the joy rise now, not a loud explosion, but a sacred warmth. It spreads from your chest outward. It tingles in your fingertips. It shines through your face. You are not pretending. You are experiencing. This is the emotion of manifestation. This is the vibration that draws the physical toward you. There is no begging in this space, no waiting, just divine presence, just the deep breath of enough. Begin to feel what you would do next, not with logic, but with the heart. Where would you go? Who would you bless? How would you move through your day knowing that everything you desired has already unfolded? Walk in that energy. Let it guide your posture. Let it shift your mood. Begin to move as the wealthy version of you. Begin to feel your day from the perspective of abundance, the freedom, the gratitude, the quiet excitement. In this sacred state, repeat gently, "I am fulfilled. I am provided for. I am already there." Again, "I am fulfilled. I am provided for. I am already there." Let that mantra wrap around your nervous system like a calming wave. There is no scarcity here. There is no more waiting. This is the vibration of the win. Not in the future, but here, in this breath, in this moment. You are not watching the miracle, you are embodying it. You are not asking for proof, you are generating proof through your state of being. You have stepped into the frequency that calls to the universe like a clear bell in the silence, and the universe hears you. The law of vibration responds instantly, faithfully, always. It does not delay. It mirrors your state, so you let your state be one of absolute fulfillment, one of gratitude before the gift, one of joy before the arrival. And as you breathe in this energy, you realize the power that you hold. You are not separate from abundance, you are the evidence of it. You are not waiting for something outside to change, you are changing from the inside, and the outer must follow. You are not lacking, you are overflowing. You do not wonder if it will happen, you rest in the fact that it already has. The evidence is in the feeling. The manifestation is in the vibration. Now let this state deepen. Stay here. Soak in the richness. And as this feeling stabilizes, something within you begins to relax further. Because now, there is no more struggle. You trust. You know. And in that knowing, you begin to release the need to control. You step into surrender not because you're giving up, but because you now trust that divine law has taken over. You do not force the how. You allow the flow. The energy of release is beginning to rise, calling you to trust the perfect orchestration that is already underway. And now, in this rich atmosphere of fulfillment, you are ready to let go. Not letting go of the desire, but letting go of the grasp. You are ready to release control, to surrender the mechanics, to rest in divine orchestration. You have seen it, spoken it, and felt it. And now you offer it up not as a sacrifice, but as a sacred trust. Because what you have planted in consciousness is now growing beyond your sight. The soil of spirit knows how to deliver without your interference. You breathe deeply and exhale every urge to control. You are no longer asking how. That question belongs to the limited mind. But you are not living from the limited mind, you are living from divine mind, where infinite possibilities exist. You are not required to chase or force the outcome. You are simply required to remain aligned. The delivery is not your burden. The preparation of your spirit is. You may not know which store will sell the ticket, what day it will happen, or what exact sequence will unfold, but you know the law is working. You know the current has been activated. You know you are walking in divine order, and nothing can stop what's already been claimed in the unseen. You rest now not in uncertainty, but in holy expectation. Repeat within, I release the how, I release the when, I release the need to understand. Let those words soften your body. Let them quiet your mind. Let them anchor you in trust. Because the need to control is a sign of unbelief, but your faith is now full. You no longer need constant reassurance, because you know what you saw, what you said, what you felt. The roots are deep. The seed is alive. The manifestation is unfolding. In this sacred release, your energy becomes light, fluid, magnetic. You no longer send out signals of tension, you radiate certainty. And that certainty becomes your silent command. It says to the universe, I trust you, I know you, I walk in partnership with you. And the universe, like a faithful servant, moves swiftly to obey. Let go now of the deadlines. Let go of the timelines. Let go of the small voice that says it must happen in this way, at this time, through this path. The divine has options beyond your comprehension. The universe is unlimited, and it does not need your strategy. It only needs your surrender. And surrender is not weakness, it is spiritual wisdom. It is the wisdom of one who knows that control is illusion and that trust is power. You are not floating aimlessly, you are being carried by unseen hands that know exactly where you are meant to go. You are not lost in a sea of possibility, you are guided by perfect light. Every moment you let go, you rise higher. Every thought you surrender, you receive more. Every need to control, you release. You become more aligned with the divine rhythm of manifestation. Say quietly within, I surrender to divine timing. I surrender to divine flow. I surrender to divine intelligence. These are not empty words. These are sacred keys that unlock the doors of peace and prosperity, because when you truly let go, you make space for the universe to do what it does, best surprise you with its perfect design. There is a holy stillness in this release. It is not the stillness of inaction, it is the stillness of faith. You are not doing nothing, you are doing the most powerful thing of all. You are standing in the energy of already done. You are no longer seeking signs, you are being the sign. You are no longer proving anything, you are receiving everything. And as you stay in this current of surrender, your spirit becomes receptive to the next instruction. You begin to hear whispers, feel nudges, sense divine impulses. These are the breadcrumbs of manifestation, and you are now sensitive enough to follow them. The need to force is gone. The need to struggle is gone. You are moving from knowing into flowing. And in that flow, you begin to cleansing not just control, but every old belief that ever told you you were unworthy to win. Because now, your mind is being prepared to release even deeper limitations. The doubts, the fears, the lies you inherited about money and worth. You are ready to let them go. You are ready to cleanse the inner temple. You are ready to make space for the fullness of your divine inheritance. And now, as you float gently in the current of divine surrender, you feel something deeper begin to stir. A truth long buried, quietly rising to the surface. You are ready not just to receive abundance, but to remove what has blocked it. You are ready to cleanse the inner temple. You are ready to part ways with every belief that whispered, "You're not enough," because you are more than enough. You are chosen. You are powerful. You are the channel through which divine wealth desires to flow. But the river of riches cannot move freely through a mind filled with fear, doubt, and unworthiness. So now, we cleanse. We make room. We begin to let go. Breathe deeply. And as you exhale, release the lies you didn't know you were carrying. Lies that were spoken over you in childhood, or absorbed silently through struggle. Lies that said money is evil, that you must suffer to be spiritual, that wealth is for others, not for you. Let those lies rise up now and vanish into the light. They have no place in your sacred mind. You are not your past. You are not the voice of scarcity. You are the embodiment of divine truth, and that truth says you were born to live in overflow. Feel the freedom of that. You don't need to earn your worthiness, you were created worthy. You don't need to prove anything, you were already approved by the source that breathed life into you. And now, you give yourself permission to release the guilt of wanting more, the shame of past mistakes, the fear of what others might think if you win. None of that belongs to you anymore. You hand it over now, to spirit, to love, to the divine mind that knows only increase. Say within, I release all beliefs that limit my abundance. I choose to believe in divine provision. I am safe to receive. I am safe to win. I am safe to be wealthy. Let that truth wash through every part of you. Let it rewrite the codes of your subconscious. Let it replace every word of lack with a song of plenty. There is no scarcity in God. There is no restriction in spirit. You do not need to hustle your way into blessing, you only need to align with it. See now a bright light pouring over your head, cascading down like a golden waterfall. It enters your mind, dissolving every thought of "I can't." It flows through your heart, washing away every fear of judgment. It moves through your body, renewing every cell with the frequency of worthiness. You are not here to beg the universe, you are here to allow it to bless you. You are not here to fight for what's yours, you are here to remember that it's already been given. Let go now of the belief that says you must sacrifice joy for security. That says you must stay small to be accepted. That says others may win, but you must wait. Those are echoes of fear, not the voice of truth. You replace them now with divine affirmations, spoken from the depth of your being. I am enough. I am worthy. I am already chosen. Wealth flows to me with ease. I do not block it. I welcome it. As these words take root, you begin to feel a deep shift, a lightness, a clarity. The fog is gone. You are no longer held back by old stories. You are no longer sabotaging your blessings out of guilt or confusion. You see clearly now that the only permission you ever needed was your own, and you have given it. The door is open, the channel is clear, the soil is ready. And now, as this new energy settles in, you begin to sense something rising within you, a new identity, a new frequency. You feel yourself becoming that which you seek. You feel yourself shifting into the version of you who already has what they desire. The version of you who no longer questions it, no longer doubts it. The version of you who is now ready to embody wealth, not just want it. Because what you are ready to become, you are ready to receive. Now that the old beliefs have fallen away, like dust shaken off your sandals, a deeper truth begins to emerge, just of what you desire, but of who you truly are. You are not someone waiting for wealth to arrive. You are someone becoming wealth itself. You are not standing outside the life you want. You are stepping fully into it. The shift has begun. It begins in your identity. It begins in the way you think, the way you move, the way you see yourself in the mirror. You are no longer asking to receive, you are aligning with the version of you who has already received. Take a breath and let yourself meet that version now. Not far in the future, but here, in this sacred moment. See the way they carry themselves. Calm, peaceful, assured. They are not overwhelmed by bills. They are not shrinking in shame. They are standing tall in their light, joyful in their wealth, generous in their giving, wise in their choices. They are you and you are them. The only thing separating the two is the embodiment. So now, you become. You begin to walk like the person who has already won. Not with arrogance, but with divine confidence. You speak like someone who has more than enough. You no longer shrink your voice, no longer dim your light. You allow your presence to be full, magnetic, free. When you look at money, you no longer see stress, you see opportunity. When you make decisions, you ask, what would the abundant version of me do? And then you do that. Because to attract the new, you must become the new. Let your energy now recalibrate. You are not vibrating from need, you are vibrating from fulfillment. You are not operating from fear, you are guided by clarity. You do not hoard, you circulate. You do not cling, you trust. And in this powerful identity shift, you stop chasing, you stop reaching, you begin to embody, and embodiment is the ultimate attraction. It tells the universe, I am ready. I am living it now. I am no longer preparing to win. I am the winner. Let your breath match this truth. Let your body move in sync with this knowing. Let your choices begin to reflect this inner abundance. You don't wait for the money to appear to start living well. You take care of what you already have with reverence. You spend with wisdom. You give with joy. You organize your space. You clean your wallet. You upgrade your surroundings to reflect the vibration of the future you've already seen. Because divine supply doesn't just come to the one who asks it, comes to the one who is ready to manage it, bless with it, expand it. You are becoming that steward. You are becoming that vessel. You are becoming the person your future wealth requires. And you do it now. Not after the numbers are announced, not after the deposit is made. You do it before, because faith acts as if, and the as if creates the as is. Say softly within, I am the one who wins. I am the one who receives. I am the one who knows how to hold abundance. These are not empty phrases, they are keys. Keys that open doors not only in your outer world, but in the architecture of your inner self. The version of you who wins is not waiting in the distance. They are emerging now in your posture, in your habits, in your energy. And as you feel this embodiment settle into your spirit, a gentle awareness begins to rise. The journey is no longer about getting something. It is about becoming someone. And the more fully you become, the more effortlessly all things are added unto you. You become generous before you are rich. You become grounded before the windfall arrives. You become radiant before the world recognizes it. Because wealth does not come to validate your worth, it comes to reflect it. And now that you have remembered your worth, the next whisper begins to call you the whisper of spiritual law, the rhythm of divine principles, the practices that keep you aligned and ready, the invocation of daily truth that becomes your lifestyle. Because now you are ready to command not just a moment of winning, but a life of wealth. And now that you have stepped fully into the embodiment of the one who has already received, there is one final act that anchors everything into motion. You begin to live by law, not by luck, not by force, not by emotion, but by divine spiritual principle. This is where your power becomes permanent. Because a windfall may arrive, but it is only sustained when your life is built on eternal truths. You do not rise and fall with circumstances, you rise and rise with the law. And so, with a heart full of peace and a spirit grounded in wealth, you speak your truth daily, faithfully, deliberately. Each morning as your eyes open, before the thoughts of yesterday crowd in, you return to the altar of your mind and speak. Divine supply is flowing through me now. I am an open channel for miracles. Everything I need and more arrives on time, every time. You say it not to make it true, but because it is true. The law does not need convincing, it needs agreement. Your word is the agreement. It is the contract between your consciousness and the infinite source of all riches. And so you do not miss a day. You do not skip your alignment. This is not routine, it is sacred discipline. It is not repetition, it is mastery. You declare, I walk in divine favor. I am divinely protected. I am divinely prospered. And as you say it, you feel it ripple through your reality. Your vibration rises. Your field expands. Opportunities begin to find you without force, without struggle, because you are now a walking manifestation of spiritual truth. You do not wait for outer validation. You do not look to the bank to feel rich. You look to the divine source that fills every corner of your life with abundance. You see the wealth in your breath, in your clarity, in your peace. You understand now that money is one form, but wealth is a frequency, and that frequency is activated every time you invoke divine law. You are no longer practicing occasionally. You are living devotionally. Throughout the day, you remain awake. When a fearful thought comes, you do not feed it, you replace it. When doubt whispers, you speak louder. I live under grace. I live by divine design. I expect miracles. These words become your atmosphere. They surround you, guard you, guide you. They are not just thoughts, they are forces, shaping your path in real time. And when night comes, you return once more to the silence. You close your eyes and declare again, I rest in the truth that all things are working together for my good. I have won. It is already done. Thank you, God, for my divine wealth. And you fall asleep not in fear, not in hoping, but in certainty. This is the life of one who knows the law. This is the walk of the one who manifests not by accident, but by spiritual intelligence. You do not just speak abundance, you become it. You do not just chase wealth, you partner with it. You do not just desire blessings, you live in the vibration that attracts them. You have made your inner world your sanctuary, and now the outer world must reflect it. The money, the ticket, the miracle, they are on their way, but they are only the echo. The real sound is coming from within you. The sound of divine alignment, divine speech, divine knowing. You are not in a lottery of chance, you are in a divine sequence of fulfillment, and as you live this law, the law lives in you. You and it are one. And from this union, everything you desire will appear at the perfect moment, through the perfect channel, in the perfect form. Because you are no longer hoping to win. You have become the one who wins. And this is where the miracle begins. Close your eyes now, beloved soul, and return once more to the sacred silence within. Let your breath become slow and full, like the calm after a long, victorious journey. Inhale the knowing that all is well. Exhale every last whisper of doubt. You are no longer seeking, no longer reaching, you are receiving. You have walked the path of vision. You have spoken the word of power. You have aligned with the law of divine supply. And now, in this stillness, you rest not because the work is done, but because the word is done. The seed has been planted, the vibration has been raised, and the manifestation is now inevitable. Feel yourself surrounded by golden, light-warm, soft, intelligent. This is the presence of divine substance, wrapping itself around every detail of your life. It is forming the perfect channels through which your wealth will arrive. It is arranging the right people, the right moments, the right miracle. You don't have to know how. You only have to remain in trust. Let this trust be your pillow now. Rest your mind in it. Let your heart lean into it. You are not just hoping for a breakthrough, you are in the breakthrough. You are not waiting for the numbers to align, you have already aligned with divine timing. The universe is not holding anything back. You are not being tested. You are being guided, elevated, and prepared to receive in ways far beyond what your mind can imagine. Repeat softly in your spirit, I am chosen, I am blessed. I am the channel through which divine riches flow. I give thanks for the sudden, expected, and unstoppable wealth that is now appearing in my life. I walk in miracles. I live in grace. I receive my lottery of blessings now. Let these words echo in your soul. Let them go before you into your day, into your dreams, into your future. Let them become the foundation upon which your wealth stands tall and unshakable. For this is not fantasy. This is divine law, and you have aligned with it. You have spoken boldly. You have believed deeply. And now you release completely. In this peace, in this faith, in this surrender, it is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is.